Oh, okay. So no, so strength agility, strength HP is by far the most common build, but strength agility is also favored by some people as well. Hotly debated, which is the better build.
And we are off this time. Hopefully everyone picks up the same items. They look like they have the same health and magic and stones of sunlight. So I think we're on a roll, you guys. So we're gonna start off with stones of sunlight and the fighter's ring.
Fighter's ring. I love seeing the fighter's ring at the beginning of the game. The fighter's ring in vanilla Dragon Warrior does absolutely nothing, but in this remake it does give you +2 attack power, and at these early levels that can make a huge difference.
So they both pop out of the town, and one of them remembers to put his fighter's ring on, and we have a massive swamp to the left and a town waiting for us to the north. Unfortunately, Kaiten is having a little trouble getting up to that town, but all of the encounters. But we have Cantlin, a very nice town to start with, as Cantlin has, well, 2 shops available now and a third when they grab a key, but also might have the coordinates to a very important story item.
Yeah, if you when they have access to keys, they can unlock a door and go talk to an old man in the south part of Cantlin who will potentially give them a set of coordinates, and those coordinates might lead them to one of the required items they need to finish the seed.
So one thing you'll notice is Janus is actually fighting these warlocks right now, and he's actually winning, although they're not giving a lot of experience. The way this Chaos Randomizer is set is there is one monster, at least one monster around the starting castle that has 5 health and only hits you for 1 damage. And that is basically the starter monster that you have to seek out. I mean, there's pretty much a 1 in 5 chance of finding him. And he will usually help you start getting levels. Now, exactly how much experience and gold that he gives is the big question, but you know, it looks like you need a lot of experience to reach level 2, because he already has 62 and he's only level 1. But yeah, he is the magic monster that they are going to have to farm to get going.
The other unfortunate thing is that he seems to have really, really high agility. It's he doesn't hit very hard, but it's also seems to be hard for our players to hit the warlock.
Oh yeah, I've noticed one thing about these early monsters is, oh, we're looking at items real quick, and a 3 gold copper sword and a very expensive silver shield. But one thing I've noticed about these early monsters is they generally have a high agility, because they have a much higher agility than your little piddly strength. But if your strength is so weak that you can actually not deal damage to them, then you basically have a 50% chance to either do 1 damage or 0 damage. And since they're not hitting you really hard, you know, you have to do 5 damage and 13 health. It's pretty much a luck of the draw.
Janus checking that upper left spot. They actually did put something in there in the remakes. I'm kind of curious as to why that's there in the NES version. Just absolutely nothing there. It's kind of adorable.
Fill space, probably.
What's that?
Probably to fill space.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Janus picking up that 3 gold copper sword. We'll have to see if that gives him a significant... If that helps him kind of get a little more consistent in beating up these warlocks.
Sorry, I was joking there. You know, the sword, you know, is not a huge boost. It is plus 10 attack power. Against an early monster like that with such a high agility, the odds are it won't really matter much, but it will matter a little bit when he starts gaining a couple of strength from a level. So I guess the big question we should answer for everyone now is, what is Chaos Randomizer? Well, Chaos Randomizer is basically the original Dragon Warrior Randomizer, which changes the world map, the chest locations, the town locations, the monster spawns, their abilities. But then Chaos adds a couple of new twists. One being that the monster stats are completely randomized, and shop prices are randomized, and the final boss has potentially a couple new surprises.
Yeah, the Dragon Lord 2, normally all he does is do a normal attack or fire breath, and now in Chaos mode, there is potential for him to have the sleep or the heal spell. And if he has either of those spells, then he is guaranteed to have at least some susceptibility to stop spell, which is a strategy that these people will need to employ in order to take him down, if that is the case.
Yep, and Janus gets a level. I believe it took 3 kills to get that level. Usually level 1 to 2, level 2 is like 10 to 15 experience. But did get a huge boost to attack power. So that's going to help a little bit.
I missed that. Did you see what the exact number was?
I think it was 13 attack or strength.
That is pretty significant. I'll go ahead and agree with that.
Lots of early death, lots of agility. I just noticed Kaiten showed his stats, and his agility is at 22 at level 1, which is really high.
That is pretty significant starting out. Also, Janus died and talked to the king. He needs another 223 experience just to get to level 3.
Oh, wow.
So...
yeah, we're looking at 310 experience or so just to get level 3.
Yeah, this is... it's not the worst start I've ever seen by far. I actually had the pleasure of taking part in a seed last night, which 30 minutes I didn't get to level 2, so but a little bit rocky for these players here.
Yeah, I'm sure Janus is trying to think, oh, do I want to keep farming 31 at a time to get another level, or should I step out somewhere a little bit and see if you can find anything?
Personally, knowing what I know about how this works, and now he's doing 4 damage to that warlock. So yeah, if I were him, I would definitely stick around and try to take those warlocks out, because you never know. If you try to walk out and just kind of wander around, I mean, there is no guarantee you're ever going to find anything that you can kill out there.
Oh yeah, and Kaiten got his level, and we find out that to the south of the castle is absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it's very nice for them to have Cantlin to the north to... oh, synchronized deaths! It's pretty classic randomizer there.
With two drakes that are just staring at each other.
Yeah, staring contest. Oh, I can kill my hero faster. No, I can kill my hero faster. Yeah, the little contest going on here.
I could do 9 damage, but I did 13. But I'm the bigger brother. No, I'm the older one.
I can cast magic. Actually, I think they both can, but who's counting?
Yeah. So we got another cave to the north of Cantlin, but it's blocked by a metal scorpion that did 21 damage. So that might be a little difficult to get around him.
Fortunately, not seeing a lot of barriers in the sense of, like, there's forest tiles, but there's not like a desert choke point that they have to walk through. Sometimes in these seeds, you'll find like there's one direction you can go, and it's like all desert tiles, and you've got like red dragon or something that pops up every time you try to make any sort of progress. Fortunately, it doesn't look like that's happening here, but Janus getting a little bit frustrated by not being able to make it to that cave.
I don't know. When I look at that map, I think there's a pretty big barrier hanging off to the west of that town that, you know, when you have no healing. I would say that's a pretty impressive barrier.
It is true. When these players exhaust their options to the north and choose to go west, it's going to be a while before they can make significant progress there.
Yeah, they need more healing, and you know, if they keep getting kills on warlocks, they can keep buying herbs in Cantlin, and you know, eventually that they'll be able to go that way, unless they get like heal more in the next level, because they got a lot of magic. You know, 45 magic at level 2 and 0 spells to use it on.
Yeah, 45 magic is definitely nothing to sneeze at this level, and Janus, between his Copper Sword and his level 2 strength boost, is having a much easier time taking out these warlocks, so as long as he can encounter them consistently, I think he's going to be getting to level 3 here pretty shortly.
Oh yeah, he's getting close. He's a little ways there. I think he still needs to kill like 3 more before he can level up. Maybe 2. Ooh, Drakimas are squishy. They take 11 damage already, 15 damage. Now, just gotta hope that he doesn't have a lot of health. Well, an excellent move is... Wow, excellent move, and it's still alive.
kaiten619! That's the first one of the seed.
It's a fight! It's a Donnybrook! And yes, he is very smartly using an herb, because even though they have 16 health, you know, he's smartly using an herb, and he gets the kill, and...
6 experience! All those resources.
Okay, maybe he should just not eaten the herb.
Right? That is, very unfortunate.
Yeah, this is definitely a slow start to a seed. Not getting, taking a very long time to level, and stuck leveling off a monster. You gotta kill, like, 10 of them to level.
With any luck, though, you know, maybe... You know, level 4 is like 10 experience away, and so maybe they can get like a double level here. I think Janus is about 2 warlocks away from getting this next level, and who knows, he might get a double. Oh, there it is.
Right there. What are we gonna get here? Also, there is a chance he could gain several levels off of this, but he only gained 1, and still no spells and really bad health.
Yeah, that was a mediocre, not an empty-eye level up. Okay, there's no one in chat who's loving it, but it was not a very big level up either.
Obviously, there wasn't enough 0s and 1s or 2s for it to be an empty eye. There is a ratio. Oh, he's checking the experience, and he needs 100 more. He needs 4 more warlock kills for another level.
To be honest, if I'm Janus right now, just for me again, just in my own experience with Randomizer and Chaos in general, I would still be feeling pretty good about the fact that, yeah, I might need to kill 3 more warlocks, but at least I know that they're there. I know what my goal is, and he's kind of making steps toward that. As Kaiten does go into this cave here, and he finds Stones of Sunlight Cave.
And a town to the north of it. So maybe does he have enough health to get to the town? Ooh, Silver Harp.
Silver Harp, alrighty. So that is going to be 2 of the 3 required items picked up, and just leaves the token.
Yep, and that'll give them access to the Rainbow Drop, which is... Oh, he's gonna die? Yeah, he didn't count his health. Yeah, they don't have enough health to make that trip, but... Yeah, you need the Rainbow Drop in order to get into Sharlock, which is the final dungeon of the game. But they're still a little ways off from that, so no hurries.
Yeah, we got plenty of stuff to do before we start thinking about that. First is watching Janus take a trip to the penalty box.
So one thing I noticed that both of these runners didn't do is Cantlin has 2 shops that are available right now. I don't think any of them checked the second shop in the bottom right corner of the town.
This is true. They might, seeing as how I believe Cantlin is the only town in the game with multiple weapon shops, it's possible they might not know. So hopefully if one of them, you know, just kind of thinks about it or just kind of wanders back in, you know, might be a bit of a change. Might make a difference in the race.
Janus finally decides to hop off of the castle to see what he can find, and he gets his silver harp, but he's like, oh man, I only got 9 health. I can't quite. Oh, and he dies in the swamp.
Wah, wah, wah.
Breckenary only has 1 weapon shop. It has an item shop and a fairy water shop.
Oh, is the fairy water shop in the original? I thought that was only in the remake.
Yes, it is in the original, and it is still behind a locked magic door. So I wouldn't be shocked if Janus picks up an herb so he could go see what's in that town.
Yeah, that's definitely the thing that I would be doing right now. And picking up a dragon scale too. That might have been what Janus was looking for before. Unfortunately, also here in Cantlin, the item shops are kind of split. So you've got like an herb and a torch shop, and then down below, you've got a wing and a dragon scale shop. So neither of our players have picked up a dragon scale, which adds 2 defense and can help you out there a little bit in the early game.
Oh yeah, that's half of damage less that you're gonna take from enemies. So that's actually, you know, that does help out. Especially when you have like 16 health, every half less that you can take matters.
Absolutely.
So it looks like Janus is going to brave the swamp. He has 21 health. He can do it if he doesn't. Oh, he took one step and got the death.
I like the energy. I like the energy.
Well, you know, it's not like, oh, he crit it, and wow, crit for 24, and so the Druid can't hit him, but he can. Oh, and the Druid ran away. How cruel.
Druid got tired of that wet noodle fight.
And then he gets stuck with a green dragon with hurt spell, so he's stuck in the middle of a swamp. Even if he ran away, he wasn't going anywhere.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
These swamps are treacherous.
Crocodiles in the swamp.
Poor Link must return to another world because this is not where he belongs.
This is definitely not where he belongs. What is he doing here?
Oh, Axe Knight hits for 42 casually. That's nice. I think Janus is going to be like, I need another level. I'm just going to go back to fighting warlocks.
Yeah, I don't blame him, because you never know what that next level is going to bring, so, and it's right there. You might as well get it. He just needs one more kill.
Yeah, they're not hard to kill. They only take, you know, 2 hits to kill them on average.
Yeah, he's going to get it right here, so we'll see what he gets here.
Kind of sad to say it takes 2 hits on average to get 5 damage done, but...
But when you're getting 1 power... Oh, we got a spell. What spell do we have? Oh, we have Radiant and Outside. Oh.
And, well, they can cast Radiant all they want now. They can cast it 24 times if they feel like it, if they really are afraid of the dark.
And if they're really afraid of caves, they can cast Outside about a bajillion times if they wanted to as well.
So it looks like he's going to make the trek up north again to see what's in that cave. Now that he can see where or the town, and he makes it to the town, and it's
Rimmildar. Oh, this is big. Alrighty, so making it to the town of Rimmildar, that's going to be keys for Janus.
And he has money for some. And a large shield for 9, and that is a big boost to his defense for practically nothing. There's 3 shields in the game, small, large, and silver. And large is a plus 10 defense, so, you know, that's a 2.5 less damage.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal for Janus. That's more defense than gold he spent on the item. It's definitely worth it.
Sadly, the one downside to Rimmildar is it has a key shop, but it doesn't have an item shop. Apparently, they didn't think they would need items being as close as they were to the Dragon Lord in the vanilla game, so they just never gave him a shop.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. I think that might be what Janus was looking for, is an item shop. There is one in the remakes, but not in this randomizer, so...
Nope, and, you know, being someone who's still fairly new to the randomizer, you know, obviously you don't know everything about the game, but that's fine because you learn.
And Janus has successfully located the key shop and picked himself up a couple of keys, and I would imagine he's going to be heading back to Tantajal in order to check the treasury. It's the first thing I'd be doing for sure.
Oh yeah, well, I'm sure he's just going to walk for a few feet until he dies, which didn't take long. But yeah, he now has access to 4 chests in the treasury, plus whatever is in the basement, wherever those stairs lead. And another 200.
Oh my goodness, man.
And now he needs 211 more to level.
I think it was the last Monday Night Warrior, we saw like all the racers hit level 7 within like their first couple of kills, and this is like the exact opposite.
Oh yeah, there's times where I've gotten 100 experience and gained 5 levels, you know? So much, a lot of junk in the basement so far. We got Torch, we got the Dragon Scale, since looks like he didn't buy one. And he's got some wings to return to the castle, and the final chest is Fairy Water to ward off those enemies that he really doesn't want to ward off right now.
Yeah, and fairy water not guaranteed to be particularly effective in chaos, just because it does work off of the enemy's strength, and so sometimes those low strength enemies are the ones that you actually want to be fighting. Period. So yeah, fairy water not always the most useful thing to have in chaos.
And he's also probably not going to ward off much, seeing as how he has almost no strength himself. Oh, and he met the Axe Knight.
Yeah, that Axe Knight has been a specter for these players so far. Keeps it back to the penalty box.
You were talking about a barrier to get out of the zone. The barrier might be the Axe Knight, because he might be trolling the only way out of here.
It is true, it is true.
Sometimes it's not necessarily a landmass, or like a swamp, or a desert, but it's a specific set of monsters or monster who just always seems to spawn when you want to get out of that area, and he doesn't let you by.
One difference. Oh, we got another town tucked over in the corner right by Sharlock. We have Breckenary.
Oh, just Breckenary.
Hold on.
Let's see if it has anything decent. Yep, it's just Breckenary.
half plate for 84. I'll take that. He still needs a little bit more gold, but that half plate is gonna give him a nice big boost to his defense.
It's still Breckenary. No, I know. But the thing that's kind of horrible here is you notice that that wall that's right next to Breckenary, that's Sharlock. That's the final dungeon in the game. The problem is the entrance to it is on the right side, which there is no landmass connecting it right now, which means they either have to walk a good distance to get to it, or it's on another continent. It's blocked by another continent.
So technically speaking, considering that we can see Sharlock but not get to it, this seed is not randomized.
Not random enough. So you'll notice what Janus did is he sold his dragon scale, or he sold something to get enough gold to buy the half plate. So he actually has a little bit of protection. I mean, half plate is like, I think the 4th best armor with 16 defense. There's only 3 armors that are better than it, so it is good still.
Yeah, the interesting thing that I think often goes overlooked is that it just in terms of defense, half plate I believe is actually the 2nd best, because from what I remember, there's no defense difference between full plate magic and Erdrick. It's Erdrick's armor. It's just the bonuses that come with the armor aside from the defense itself.
Well, the big difference is full plate magic is 24, Erdrick's is 28. The big difference, though, is magic armor recovers health and lowers hurt damage, and Erdrick armor recovers more health, lowers hurt damage, and fire damage, and removes damage from, swamp tiles.
And also blocks stop spell. It's pretty OP.
Oh yeah, that's why it is the best armor in the game. But yeah, there is a 4 difference. There is a 1 every 4D. Ooh, that wolf.
Bingo! The Wolf Lord is the ticket to possibly several levels here. Yes, that is level 6.
And that 22 health is what's important. So apparently there's wolf. Oh, he got that health, and he's like, I'm going across the swamp. But yeah, he also got the heal spell, which is also important because now he can heal up to go across this swamp.
He got repel as well, which I was kind of, oh, what is this?
I think that's the a trick swamp. Fooled you.
Did Janus check Tantagel basement? It would have to be Swamp Cave right now. I don't think they have anywhere else to go.
I don't know. I think you are correct, actually. I think he explored everywhere he can go, and the only way out would be the Swamp Cave that's in the bottom of the castle.
Oh, the Wolf Lords have Dragonlord 2 breath, and Janus actually still managed to kill one. That's amazing.
It must be a low chance then for him to cast it, so. But yeah, so how much? Oh! 1900 experience to get 7. You need 2,800 experience to get to level 7. Wow.
This is obnoxious.
Yes, you better start hunting more wolf lords and hope they're kind to you. So I think Janus is kind of stuck. He's trying to figure out what to do, and He might be too new to the randomizer to but I think maybe he just realized what needs to be done.
Yeah, he's gonna go down and check out this cave, and it's pretty much guaranteed to be Swamp Cave.
Oh yeah, if there's nowhere else to go, then you have to go into the Swamp Cave.
So one thing that was introduced, one thing that was changed from the tournament last year to this year, and this is not exclusive to Chaos. One thing that's been changed is that Swamp Cave is pretty much guaranteed to link to an opposite continent. And so that's what Janus is going to be doing right now. He's going to be heading towards the other side of this Swamp Cave, and then he's going to have a whole new continent to explore, and, you know, with towns and caves abound, and hopefully a quick route to Charlock as well.
And considering how small the area is around Tentacle Castle, it's probably going to be a really big landmass. And oh look, stone men have hurt more. Ouch. It looks like Kaiten's having a little trouble trying to get another level. He's close, he's almost got to level 3, but he's going to be kind of disappointed when he gets to level 3.
Yeah, Kaiten unfortunately having a really difficult time here, still stuck on level 2. As Janus backdoors his way into Grinham, free access to 3 treasure chests here.
Oh yeah, Swamp Cave connects to the 2 towns. And he finds a treasure box. Oh, I mean, he finds gold. Yes, if you search a box, it'll tell you that it's a treasure box. Hopefully he doesn't go out the door there. Because that would be a waste of a key. Oh, he used a key.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You can just exit. For anyone watching, you can just exit in this situation the back of Grinham, and then you don't have to spend money to open that door there. But
so just to prove that it's just Brecconary, Geringham has 97 full plate, just to show how pathetic Brecconary is.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And that silver shield, they're sitting at about 6,000 gold. Not the worst price in the world, but I think with Tantagel Basement checked and the treasury checked, I don't think there was gold. So I don't think there's a possibility of a gold grind for these players to pick up that silver shield.
There is no gold grind, so there is a good chance that they're going to be sticking to their large shield, unless they go a really long time without dying and are able to amass a big fortune. Oh, and it looks like Janus has found the next town, protected by a wolf lord.
Oh, those wolf lords do not have very much HP. Wow. Okay,
no,
that
went down fast. And Hawks.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to be looking for in the future if I'm Janus, even if they do have the Dragon Lord 2 breath.
So Hawksness isn't really a town anymore, and it has one monster guarding potentially the best armor in the game, the Erdrick's Token, or the Fairy Flute, which puts the Golem to sleep. At his current health total with no heal more or hurt more, there is probably a very low chance that he's going to survive with it. Oh, it's the
oh man.
That's cruel. That guy hits so hard, unless he has like no health, but usually the monster protecting the slot has at least a decent chunk of health.
So this is pretty random, but with an Axe Knight in Hawksness shop spot, I'm gonna just go ahead and say this is not chaotic.
Negru, not random enough.
Not chaotic enough. But
oh yeah,
yes.
wait. Negru makes a good point, because there is a chest in Geringham, and the Swamp Cave actually connects the castle to Geringham. I believe if he goes into the throne room, then to the treasury, opens up the chest in the treasury, and then walks to the cave to Geringham, he will have a gold grind in Geringham.
Yeah, you're right. He would have a total of 7 chests, so he would need to remember which one is the gold chest and open it last. So yeah, that is actually something that he can do if he wants to, if he thinks about it. Yeah.
That is probably not something a lot of people think about, though, because it's a very strange situation.
That is actually that situation came up in a race between myself and Game Boy F9 in last year's tournament, where I believe Tantagel and Garinham were connected by the swamp cave, and Game Boy had the heads-up play to suicide in the swamp cave and then do a gold grind, and I never thought to do that, and he was able to pick up the shield that way.
Oh yeah, it's sometimes, yeah, because for those who don't know what the gold grind is, so there is a small, I wouldn't say glitch, more of a programming oversight, where every time you open up a chest in the game, it gets put into this little array, this little stack that holds 8 chests, and then when it gets put in there, the game says, okay, get out of here, we don't need you anymore, and it removes it. Ooh, nice kill from Janus. But it kills it, or it kills it, yeah. It removes it from the game when it gets put into that stack. Well, if you actually fill up that stack without without clearing it, and the only ways to clear the stack is to either exit an area or cast outside. Dying, though, is the exception. So if you fill up that stack and then die, or if you just fill up the stack from there being more than 8 chests in a zone, then you can just basically continually open up the same the 9th chest over and over and over again without it ever disappearing. And since Garinham is technically in the same zone, because it's connected with the swamp cave to the castle, you can actually get the 7 chests from the castle and then open up the 9th in Garinham to get your gold grind.
Yeah, it's an interesting little oversight, because it's very clear what they intended. They wanted there's 2 things that kind of go into this glitch that are kind of backfire on what the programmers intended. One being that you would always be able to pick up key items, like they would respawn things such as the harp or the fairy flute, not the fairy flute, the harp and the stones of sunlight. Those would always be available for you to pick up no matter what happens. But then they didn't want you to be able to pick up the gold in the throne room. And so again, that array that High Spirits mentioned, every time you die and go back to the throne room, there's 3 chests automatically added, the 3 chests at the start, again, so that those chests don't particularly respawn. And that, combined with the small array, makes it very easy to hit that 9th chest, and then, yeah, the chest just never disappears, and you get to grab as much gold as you can carry.
Oh yeah, well, it looks like he was able to run away, Janus was able to run away from the Axe Knight, so maybe he doesn't have a very high agility stat, which would be nice, because they hurt. And Nagru, yep, corrected me a little bit. It's anytime you actually go into the overworld. So when you cast outside and go into the overworld. So casting outside and like landing in Tentacle Castle or in Garinham wouldn't actually count. So
Kaishin no Ichigeki on the Metal Slime, which normally would dispatch it and give Janus a nice big boost here. But again, we are in Chaos mode. Nothing is guaranteed.
And it's a pretty weak slime, too. So Kaiten made his way to Brecconary, finally. He's still stuck on level 2. I mean, he is having trouble finding, I think he's trying to find new monsters to farm. He probably should be getting back to those warlocks. The safety of the warlocks.
If I had to guess, I would say that Janus did some specific reading on Chaos and maybe knew that because the Warlock didn't hit him that hard, he kind of had an idea that that was his enemy to beat, and Kaiten just might not have that information, which would be a little unfortunate.
Yeah, that's a change that's only in Chaos. In normal Randomizer, that's actually not there, because the enemies around the starting zone are weak anyways. This was added because of all of the enemy stats being randomized. You could actually get put into an unwinnable situation because every monster in your starting zones would completely demolish you.
Yeah, it did, to the point where even if you get like a lucky crit on something in zone 0, if it has too much HP and you just can't ever kill it, yeah, the 5 HP monster was put in to prevent that scenario. But we do have Garen's Grave for Janus here, so and he's got keys, so he's going to be able to clear this out as long as he's able to get past all these monsters here.
Yeah, this is, I like to compare this to the swamp of A Link to the Past, where you got the 3 chests on the top, and then do you want to go to the left side swamp and go down into the grave for the 2 chests that are on the floors below this? You know, because it takes quite a bit of walk to get those two, and you know, there's only so many chests in the game, so you got to really weigh. Do you want to go down there or not? Especially, you know, normally my thought is if the grave is a distant walk to it, then you definitely try to get to the bottom, because if it's near like the starting castle or whatever, then you can always come back to it, you know, if you really need to.
It's true. One thing that I would mention, that does make a little bit of a difference, at least in my mind, is the fact that they are going to benefit from getting the outside spell fairly early, and that's going to mean that even though it's going to take some time to get to that very bottom chest, they can kind of leave whenever they want. Well, unless this stone man says he has to leave earlier.
Yeah, having outside is another big factor too. But Kaiten did reach level 3. And he's running from the warlocks. Oh, he needs to fight them. That's almost your only source of experience. But sadly, the warlocks are running away.
He's running from the Drakeemaws too, or the Drakeemaw was the 6 experience disappointment, wasn't it?
Oh no, it was something else. I don't think we've actually seen them kill a Drakeema yet.
I remember the Drakeemaws being kind of squishy, and then there was something that was like...
you're right. They're the squishy one, weren't they?
Oh, we got a big stick!
And Janus proves me wrong. Well, I did say if it's far enough away, you would die. I would die. But yeah, he finds the best sword in the game, in Erdrick's sword. That is a slight upgrade over his copper sword. The copper sword has 10 attack power. Erdrick's sword has 40, so it's just a minor upgrade.
Just a minor upgrade.
So there's one more chest way down. Oh, Drakeema has Dragonlord Breath too. Ooh. It's a little bit of Janus luck. He kills the Wolf Lord before ever realizing that it had Dragonlord Breath, and then kills a Drakeema without realizing it has Dragonlord Breath.
And on top of it, yeah, Janus just showing the power of that sword, and just with a one quick Kaishin no Ichigeki, just dispatching that magician like so much garbage.
You haven't seen a whole lot of experienced monsters so far. There's one that we've seen so far that gives over 100 experience when the max in the game is 255. I mean, so far the monsters are being a little stingy, but hopefully Janus will start finding some more of these monsters now that he can actually do a little damage to them.
Speaking of a little damage, this Spectre proving to be a bit of a brick wall here. I feel like one of the programmers in chat has something about Spectres. They seem to always be jerks in these Chaos Seeds.
Well, it does look kind of like a bird. I mean, it's flapping its arms, or trying to, so it's probably a jerk bird.
I'm assuming it's flapping its arms, because otherwise I don't know how it stays in the air like that.
Yeah, how do ghosts float anyways? Do they have to flap their arms to keep going, or can they just float or something?
Just by pure will. Maybe he's flapping his tongue. That's how he's staying afloat.
No, that's how they touch and see, is they use their tongue.
Oh, like a snake.
Yeah, exactly. So it turns dark on poor Janus right in front of the chest, and he couldn't find where the chest is. But the death necklace.
Alrighty. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna ask. So why is the death necklace so important then? Potentially important.
So yeah, the death necklace is going to be potentially important because in the original version of this game, Death Necklace does not do anything other than curse you, and I'll talk about what cursing means in a minute. But in this game, there is an added benefit. If you put on the Death Necklace, you will lose 25% of your max HP, but you will gain 10 attack power. And the reason why that's important is because 10 attack power can oftentimes make or break your Dragon Lord 2 fight. Now, the reason why we say it's going to be potentially useful is because, as we can see, max HP is still pretty low at this point in the game, and they're going to want, generally speaking, you want to be seeing about 130 experience, or it's 130 max HP, so at the point where you're really going to want to think about actually putting that Death Necklace on. Otherwise, it's going to make your fight pretty risky.
and we have right next to the grave the other dungeon, the mountain cave. So we could potentially have, well, if he finds Erdrick's token in here, that would be great, but there's probably not, if it's not in here, there's not a whole lot more for chests that he needs in the game. He already has the sword, the harp, and the stones of sunlight, so the token has a chance to be in a chest, but it is not necessarily always in a chest.
Yeah, the only particularly useful things with the Fighter's Ring, I believe, being found at the beginning, and Dragon Scale being picked up as well. The only thing I would be looking for here is definitely the token. Like, for example, there's a chest that's going to be here on the first floor, and then 4 chests on the bottom floor. And if the token is on this first floor chest, I would just exit out immediately.
So it looks like Kaiten is slowly getting some experience. He still has a long ways to go before he can level, but I think he has, he doesn't quite have enough for the half plate to help him out. But he really needs to get back to grinding those warlocks, or look around for those wolf lords and hopefully get a kill.
And McGrew pointing out something that came up, I believe, in a tournament match the other day, which is that one thing I didn't explain what it actually means to be cursed. There are 2 items in the game that can give you the cursed status, and what happens if you get the cursed status is you are not allowed inside Tantagel Castle if you are cursed, and if you die, the king will say, "Thou have failed and thou art cursed," and he will immediately just kick you out of Tantagel. And the only way to remove the curse is to go to Breckenary, which
thankfully is right next to the castle.
Yeah, thankfully it's right next to the castle. If it was on the other island, which requires you to go through Tantagel, then using the you basically would have one shot at using the Death Necklace, otherwise you're pretty much done, unless you save first.
Oh yeah, so Janus decides to use up his healing and go into Cantland to talk to the old man to find if there's something on the world map.
And there is not.
Oh, he didn't give us any coordinates. So, why is that important? Well, that tells us that either the Fairy Flute and or Erdrick's token is in a chest. Because that is one of the 3... There are 3 items that are usually not in chests. They are Erdrick's armor, the Fairy Flute, and Erdrick's token. But the randomizer has a chance to take either the Fairy Flute or I should say, the token, and put them in a chest. So if you get something like Searching Hawksness and don't find an item, or the old man doesn't give you coordinates, then at least one of those items is hiding in a chest somewhere. So back to the mountain cave we go.
Yeah, I was thinking about what the best option is here for Janus, and it seems like the mountain cave would be it. His other option would potentially be maybe trying to search for another high experience, low health monster. Now that he does have that big stick, maybe he could go try and beat up on some more some of those werewolves, wolf lords rather, and try to get that next level and see if the ones after it don't come a little bit quicker.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to do that right now just because the health is so low, but because you're really close to the castle when you fight them, it's also a pretty, it's a pretty good gamble.
Looks like Kaiten may have figured out that the Warlocks are going to be his ticket to continuing the seed as well, as he does reach level 4 here.
And is disappointed again. But, level 4 is at least some spells. It's kind of the start. But, in a few hundred experience, though, I think it was like 300 experience or something for the next level? Or it was 5 really quick, and then 6 was a while.
No, actually, I don't think we ever actually saw what they required. It was Janus killing a wolf lord and just getting those levels back to back.
So yes, it's still probably within a couple hundred then.
Yeah, I would say it's going to be about a couple hundred from 4 to 6. We don't actually know what 5 is.
So Kaiten's going to try to go across the swamp, but he's not going to make it unless he has an herb on him.
And he's also not going to find much when he gets over there. I think what he might actually be doing is trying to find another zone, because there is another zone kind of to the left of start that can have some maybe something different for him to fight.
And these blue slimes seem to have an insane amount of agility because they are not letting Janus run away from them at all.
Yeah, these guys are jerks. Slimes are jerks.
I mean, I don't know if Janus has tried to kill any of them or not to see if they're actually worth any experience, but he probably can't do any damage to them. If they're this hard to run away, their agility is so high that they're not taking damage anyways. Gotta pray for a hurt more spell sometime soon, because that would be very useful right now.
I wouldn't mind having sleep either. Sleep is actually, I find it to be very, very useful in Chaos.
Oh yeah, because it's kind of, you know, is it a good thing, a bad thing? Because their resistances are randomized, so you never know if it's going to work. But if it does work, it's like, it's going to save you, especially in the final dungeon.
Yeah,
or
seriously.
against these high agility enemies that have pretty much just killed Janus from like full health, or almost killed him so far.
Yeah, this is beyond brutal. Simple Sarah in chat pointing out that this blue slime is getting revenge for 3 decades of just being smashed on.
Oh, the blue slime should be happy. It's on the front of everything that says Dragon Quest on it, okay? It's got enough popularity. The metal slimes are the ones that gotta rise up and for all of the torture, because no one ever talks about a metal slime unless they need to kill it, and then get angry when they can't.
It's true, it's true.
And then you got the red slime, the she slime there, which no one even talks about the red slime either, because it's not worth anything and it's not the cover of the game. So the red slime probably has a lot more to gripe about.
And speaking of red slimes, that one does get dispatched and only gives 23 experience. Not too hard to kill, but also not even really worth fighting.
But it did have a big bank account, though, that they were able to loot a little bit of. Oh, yeah. We care about the droll. We even put him on the Dragon Lord, so obviously we care about the droll.
Oh, yeah, the Dragon Lord. Oh, my goodness, please. Getting flashbacks.
So it looks like Janus. Oh, he's gonna skip up on the. I guess he's just. Oh, he's must have found a grind spot here. I saw him grinding here earlier, but he died. Oh, the blue dragons. Yeah, the blue dragons look like loot dragons.
Oh yeah, there you go. Less than 14 health and 134 experience. Yeah, let me get that all day.
They don't hit too hard, so this is definitely a good grind spot, especially if they're high frequency monster. And Kaiten almost made it to the other side of the swamp before the droll got him. He's definitely struggling a little bit, but you know, pretty much that Wolf Lord is what really got Janus where he's at, because you know that 200 plus experience like propelled to level 6, which was the heal spell, and you know that's how they got ahead.
Yeah, level 6 is absolutely what broke open the seed for Janus here in terms of being able to reach different places. And unfortunately, it's just his low max HP that's kind of proving to be the real setback here. And if Kaiten can just get over this last little barrier, I mean, I've seen on his screen that I think it was about 217 experience to level 5, and so level 6 can't be. Level 6 must be like single digits or something.
Yeah, so. He might actually gain 2 levels back to back.
Yeah, just like Janus did. Even if he has to do it on these. Oh, here's a Wolf Lord. Let's see if he can get it here.
Nice. It's 7 damage killed it.
Very nice. That's going to be huge for Kaiten. So that's going to put him on par strength-wise with Janus. He's going to have that heal spell. It's going to open up an entire world for him. And even though Janus does have a pretty significant experience lead, just kind of gained in his travels as he explores here, if Kaiten can discover, for example, the same blue dragon spot that Janus is at, he can catch back up in a hurry if that's what he chooses to do.
Or he, could get lucky and get a few Wolf Lord kills without them casting Dragon Lord Breath on him, and, suddenly he's made up a huge chunk of that experience.
It's true. The important thing is that now that Kaiten is level 6, it's a whole new game for him here. Whole new world opened up.
Oh, yeah. Like last night's match, Captain Green was behind by a lot in experience, but he got a massive string of a very high experience monster, and next thing you know, after being behind a couple thousand experience, he was practically tied. That's the thing about Chaos, is you just never know, especially, when, which monster's out there and when you're going to find them.
Pretty decent experience from this Poltergeist too, 105, and didn't look like it was too difficult to kill.
Pretty much anything like over 100 is like really attractive right now. But it makes you wonder: is this going to be a very long seed because they're going to need 20,000 experience before they're ready to fight the Dragon Lord, or are the levels going to really start piling on? Because Janus is level 6 at 50 minutes into the race right now, and he's going to be that way for a little bit longer too. Because I think it was 2,800 experience in order to get the next level.
On Kaiten's side, he died shortly after getting those levels, and it was just under 2,000 experience, which I think is going to put him off on grinding. I think he's going to want to start doing exploring a little bit more, but he's going to find his options kind of choked off a bit until he starts picking up those keys and putting some keys in doors. This is what's really going to unlock things for him here.
Yeah, the big thing is money, but he did just get 182 from that Magi Wyvern, so if he needs keys, I mean, they're pretty easy to buy for him right now. He can buy several of them.
Yeah, he's going back and, just kind of beating up on whatever he can here. Maybe he's going to head back down and try to... Curious what he's doing right now. I think he... If I had to guess, I would think that he's trying to find that kind of edge, that kind of that border for the encounter zones, so where he can see more of those Wolf Lords and less of the Warlocks that don't give that much experience.
The Wyverns dish out a good amount of experience, just gave 161. But it took a while to kill, Janus did, with the Erdrick Sword, so without the Erdrick Sword, Kaiten might be whacking on this thing for a while.
Yeah, with his comparative copper stick, I think his chances are a little slim.
I mean, with as much magic as he has, a good crit will take care of this pretty fast.
Simple Sarah noting that everything in the seed seems to either be impossible to kill or made of paper, and most stuff seems to be able to slaughter you. Simple Sarah, welcome to Chaos Mode. That is basically the goal of Chaos Mode.
Destroy or be destroyed.
Yeah, the creators of, I don't know if it was the creators necessarily, but some folks in the Dragon Warrior Randomizer tournament just decided that things were not quite random enough, and let's just randomize everything. And then, yep, this is pretty much the result that you get.
I wonder if Janus knows that he can just walk out of the town. I think he came in there purposely to get more money.
I saw him do it before. I saw him come out the steps and then just kind of walk right. So yeah, see, yeah,
he just wanted the money, free money.
Yeah, Simple Sarah, it's true. Sometimes there's stuff in the middle. I would say the Poltergeist that we saw earlier was kind of in the middle. I would say it took like 3 or 4 hits to kill and gave about 100 experience. So
Kaiten finally gets his epic battle with the Wyvern. And he's just about to be really disappointed.
Yeah, all that effort to get through that swamp, and there's absolutely nothing on the other side, and he's getting that information now. And Hopefully it's going to be... Oh, Wolf Lords are spawning over here. That's actually good to know.
Yeah, that might be good just to hang out there until he realizes they have Dragon Lord breath. I mean, yeah, he's just going back and forth now. He's like, bingo! Let's hope it doesn't get a chance to attack.
This is going to be it. This could be the turning point for this race. I mean, yes, there are wyverns here too.
I would run from the wyverns. Yeah, that's exactly it. Run from the wyverns. You know Wolf Lords are here. Just run. You don't need that pressure.
Yeah, this could easily be a turning point in the race because Janus did not spend any time here at all. But what with this encounter zone, having those Wolf Lords in there, if he just stays here for a couple of minutes, he could easily take the experience lead.
He's already 900 experience behind already, just from a few kills. Like, if he grinds here to a level and then leaves, you know, then that could be huge. Like, level 7 could be hurt more, but, you know, Janus is about to get level 7, so we'll find out soon.
Yeah, level 7 could be hurt more. It could be 20 attack power. It could
heal
be
more.
Heal more. Yeah, it could be a lot of things. So just have to wait and see. Oh, Janus got it. We're gonna find out now.
It's a lot of multiples of 3. And heal more.
Heal more, sleep, and hurt. Some very useful spells here.
Now the question is, how long will it take to get to level 8?
Yeah, one interesting thing that people kind of figured out, people who are familiar with the base version of Dragon Warrior, one thing that kind of came into the meta really quickly here in Chaos mode is rescuing the princess. Now, normally, because there's no coordinates, there's no item on the map, we wouldn't even think about rescuing the princess. But there is one thing that the princess can do for us in Chaos mode, which is tell us how much experience we need to get that next level, which is randomized in Chaos.
So it looks like Kaiten is not in the mood to grind, or he's looking for a potentially better weapon. I mean, he has some money now. He has 639. He can't buy much from this shop. But hopefully he realizes there's 2 more shops, because he does have... Oh wait, he doesn't got keys. Yeah, he has to have keys. So yeah, he should... Hopefully... he might not, though, realize that there's 2 shops in the town that he can still visit.
I'm sending psychic energy to Kaiten. I'm really curious to see what's in those other shops. I really would like to see that.
And that is a rude skeleton, because that skeleton over by the Wolf Lords also has Dragon Lord breath. So there's 2 enemies in that zone that have Dragon Lord breath. Hey, Kaiten survived an axe night. That's not so bad.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate that Kaiten seemed to give up on his grind so early. I hope... I'm not sure if he's going to head back over into Rimuldar and maybe buy some keys and unlock some stuff here. Make some progress that way. But it would be interesting to see what he decides to do here. Oh, wow, and a Kaishin no Ichigeki from Janus taking out this golem and finding out that it gives pretty much nothing useful.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Janus is just going to go and get some more money, because it's free money.
Madcap, and as far as I know, no one has checked that chest yet. So, no, neither of our players have checked the chest in Rimuldar. Which could potentially also have the token or fairy clue inside.
Yeah, until someone takes out the monster blocking Hawksnest, we're not going to have much information. But this is a pretty brutal overworld, that's for sure.
Yeah, Amazing Toaster. Hawksness is worth checking. Unfortunately, there's an Axe Knight guarding it. Janus discovered that earlier, so I think it's going to be a while before our players are strong enough to take him down and see what's in that spot.
Yeah, he does have heal more now, but it only has 53 health, which means he would have to practically heal every turn. He might not even be able to deal damage.
Yeah, it's right on the cusp of him being able to safely swing at all. Kaiten doing his due diligence and chatting with all of the NPCs.
Hey, old men need love too, okay? They get lonely sitting there by the lake, just gazing off to the west, where the Erdrick got there, Erdrick's island, where he got there with the rainbow drop. So Kaiten will probably be loading up on keys, and hopefully we'll go to Tentagal now and finally check out what's there.
Yeah, fortunately, Kaiten, while talking to, I don't think Kaiten knew where keys were. Yeah, because he's kind of talking to everybody here, and so he just kind of noticed the little key shop in the top, and now he's going to be able to stock up on keys and open up the rest of this map. So.
Oh yeah, I think he's finally figured it out, which is good. Yeah, if you're fairly new to the randomizer, getting in the position that these two are in right now could be really daunting. You know, being stuck on a small island, trying to figure out how to get off the island. You know, you're definitely not going to know how to do the gold grind, the infinite chest glitch.
Yeah, and even for some slightly more experienced randomizer players, I feel like this is a situation that doesn't come up super often. Where you're kind of on this like cramped small continent where you have like a few interesting things that you can pick up, but not a lot. I mean, everything else is kind of on the other side of a door in a cave, and so I would say, as far as randomizer goes, it actually is a pretty unique situation.
Yeah, usually it's the other way around. You're on a big island and you find this little tiny island, you know, in the back of Garringham, and you know, it has like one town on it. Like I had a seed earlier today that was just a tiny island with Brecconary in it. That was it. It's like no one likes Brecconary so much that they literally shoved it to the middle of nowhere.
They moved it to Australia.
Hey, I wasn't gonna be that cruel.
Yeah, it does seem to be fairly often that they you get to another island and you find just like Brecconary or Stones of Sunlight Cave, but not in this case. Both continents proving to be very important in this seed. Yeah, sleep and run tactics, I think in Chaos mode are not to be underestimated at all. If you've got those high agility enemies, you know, putting them to sleep is going to be your ticket out of there as long as they're susceptible.
Oh yeah, sleep is your friend. Also, we have any idea when level 8's going to happen? Because Janus hasn't gone back to find out. But oh, we got wait, was that a different cave or was that Garringham?
No, that's the same one. He came around from the north instead of from the south this time.
Okay, so I was looking at the wrong screen. I look back and I'm like, wait a sec. Oh, he's coming from that direction.
Yeah, it's been quite a while since Janus has died, so yeah, we don't actually know when this next level's going to be coming. Not dying is a high tier strat. You know, sometimes, you know, if you die at a specific time, it can also be a pretty advanced strategy. Janus choosing to brave the swamp and head south and see if he can find anything down here. And he is going to find himself a cave that I don't think that we've been in before.
Now, he really hasn't done a whole lot of exploring. He's pretty much been in that little spot there. So, you know, a new cave, probably the Tablet Cave, because that's the only dark room that yep, the Tablet Cave, the only one they haven't found. Good old free cast, no monsters, but if you don't have outside, have fun getting back out.
Yeah, it takes about a minute to get in and out if you don't have outside, but our players do have outside here, so not going to take too long to check this chest, which again, in our hunt for the token, it could be here. And we do find ourselves a fairy flute, and so that rules out the fairy flute as being in Hawksness. Now, there's no guarantee at this point that Hawksness has anything at all, because we do still have the Rimmildar chest to check, and the mountain cave. I don't believe Janus picked up any chests in the mountain cave. I think he died before he was able to do that, so we do have a significant amount of locations where this token could still be.
Oh yeah, I think the mountain cave is the big thing now, because those are the only chests left. The Rimmildar chest and the mountain cave are the only chests left that that could have something in it. But again, you know, if he goes to Hawksness, kills the Axe Knight, or if he finds Cole, and Cole has the token, then we know the mountain cave is pretty much useless, because there would be nothing in there that would be progression or helpful.
Oh, and we do have Kaiten finally checking that Rimmildar chest, and he just finds a big pile of money inside. So again, that's just going to leave our 2 search spots and the mountain cave as potential locations for that final item.
Yep, so probably, I don't know if it's even possible for both the token and flute to be in chests. That's something McGrew would have to answer. Because I've never personally seen that both of the items were in chests. Usually it's only one that I've seen.
Yeah, and with 2 search spots still available, those would be the higher priority for me as well, but I think the highest priority for me right now would be just checking everything that, you know, I know where the mountain cave is. Let me just go back and check that real quick, and we'll see if Janus makes that same decision as well.
Okay, McGrew did confirm that they both can be in chests. So it looks like Kaiten is exploring Cantlin a little bit. Maybe he's going to find some of these other shops that we don't know anything about. One is hidden behind that magic key door, which he's going there right now. The other is in the bottom right corner of the town. The top guy is a magic key vendor. He sells them for a lot. So you probably shouldn't say yes until you talk to the other shopkeeper. There you go. Now we're going to find out what's in this shop.
Oh, 342 experience for the next level for Janus, so not a huge barrier there.
Yeah, but that's still, what, 800, 900 experience for that level?
Oh yeah, he has killed quite a few things, but if he wanted to go try to find some wolf lords, he can still make that up in short order, as can Kaiten if he makes that choice.
Yep, there is not anything good in that one shop that that Kaiten went to. The best it had was the large shield, which he already has. Still armorless. So yeah, there's 2 more spots that they really want to find, or you know, which is Cole, the town of Cole, because that could potentially have the armor or the token, or the spot underneath that mad Axe Knight, which might have to wait till a huge HP boost, like 20 to 30 HP, or the Hurt More spell, before being able to attempt that.
To be honest, another thing that would be on my mind, especially if I'm Janus, as much exploring as he's done, he still has not quite found his way back around to Sharlock yet. So that could prove to be a little bit of a barrier as we approach the endgame as well.
Yeah, unless you have the coordinates, the Gwendolyn position satellite, you know, the GPS, you don't really know where the other island is.
McGrew, of the 2 Cantlin shops that have been checked, no, neither had the flame sword. But I don't think our 2 players here might not know about that bottom right shop, so no one has checked it yet. So it could be there, but no, I don't believe we've seen the flame sword yet.
So I think Kaiten is really lost on what to do next. Hopefully he remembers that there is a back door to the castle. He's either looking for more experience or trying to figure out where to go on this little island. I think he's searching because he cast Repel. And it is kind of brutal this scene, knowing that every time you die, you have to go back through the castle, and if you run out of keys, you have to buy more keys, and you have to go through the swamp to go all the way to the other island, to the other mainland. Yeah, it probably would be a good idea to get back to those Wolf Lords, which he might be doing. Either he's exploring or he's going back to the Wolf Lords. You know, get that next level, because that level 7 is going to be a little bit helpful.
Just a smidge.
Janus is trying to keep the money supply up, going back and picking up the money chest every time.
That's gonna be eventually his ticket to Silver Shield, potentially.
Well, Silver Shield was like 6,000, so every time you die, you're just getting your money back, so you can buy more keys right now.
Question in chat, America says, did anyone ever check the chests in the castle? Yes, Janus checked the treasury fairly early, and it was pretty much all just junk. I think there was a dragon scale, wing of the wyvern, and just nothing of real importance there.
Oh, and Kaiten is back fighting the Wolf Lords. He's already killed 2 Wolf Lords. There's 500 experience, practically. Just 1 or 2 more, well, 2 more will get him another level.
Kaiten searching as if that were a Sparkover Bridge. I know Sparkover Bridge, you always got to go check just in case something's there, but fortunately not finding anything in that little corner of the map.
And Druid Lord with Dragon Lord Breath. That makes 3 monsters in that corner there with Dragon Lord Breath.
Janus gonna find out just how much of a jerk that the jerk can be.
Yep.
Without the token or the Staff of Rain, that old man wants absolutely nothing to do with him and sends him.
Get off my lawn! You rapskillions, get off my lawn!
Does send him flying out of that cave at Mach speed. Janus choosing to contend with a ghost, despite his big stick. He's only doing single-digit damage. Ghost also doing single-digit damage to him, aside from the baby breath here. Not the full Dragon Lord 2 breath, just the baby breath here.
Yeah, the big issue here is they don't have any strength. Every level, like, almost every level outside of level 2 has just been like 1 and 3 and 4, and you know, it's just they don't have the ability to hit these guys right now.
Yeah, that is what I think would make grinding those Wolf Lords an attractive option. Janus choosing to... Oh, I think Janus thought he was going to be going to the mountain cave, and then...
Yeah, he probably thought, oh, that's the mountain cave, let's go. Oh, wait, that's not the mountain cave. Where was that mountain cave hiding?
Yeah, when you have these long periods of just no progress, sometimes the location of things that you thought were just, I don't need to write this down, I don't need to remember where this is, I'll just come back later. Sometimes that stuff can slip your mind.
Yeah, one of the big challenges when it comes to a randomized map, no matter what game you play, is if you get in this rut where you're just continually dying, then you're going to start to forget where you've been, and you end up doubling over areas because things are just don't look familiar, because you might have just gotten to it, died, and then went back, died, and then like you never saw anything.
Yeah, when you spend more time dying than you do exploring, it really messes with your ability to kind of memorize where things are. But Janus is back here in the mountain cave. Hopefully this stone man will let him go here so that we can see what's in this top chest.
Stone man got hurt more. He don't want him to go. If you ever have trouble running from something, the best thing you can do then is cast sleep. See if they're susceptible to sleep. It only costs 2 magic.
And unfortunately, that top chest, we get the message, unfortunately, it is empty. I'm not sure which item Janus is maxed out on, but there
Keys.
he's maxed out on keys, so yeah, that would have been a key.
Oh, it looks like Kaiten is going to the basement of the castle. If he goes down there, he will find his freedom. Yep, and off he goes. So hopefully he will get through this swamp cave and finally, oops, accidentally step out. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I was gonna say I hope that he's able to recognize that's gonna be his path out of here, but he may not know that. He's not going back, so...
well, he just killed a wolf lord, so he only has like 50 experience to level. So he might be like, okay, it's time to level.
Yeah, it's true. And unfortunately, Janus getting dispatched before he can find any of those last 4 chests in the mountain cave. So, very, very, very frustrating set of circumstances for these players here.
Oh yeah, Janus just showed the stats. 35 strength and 42 agility at level 7 with 42 health. Oh, that is a rough start to this seed.
And to be honest, normally speaking, I would be very happy with that agility at level 7, but they started with, what, like 22 or something?
22 they started with, yeah.
So the growth has just not been coming through for these players.
What that usually means is, coming up soon, there's going to be a growth spurt. And it's going to be anyway. A big level. Looks like Kaiten is, with heal more and a little health, is going to go find out that there are no coordinates, and the lonely man there is just glad that someone's talking to him. I mean, I would be lonely too if I was stuck on the middle of broken glass and unable to get out.
Yeah, I always wonder what it is that this old man did to get him banished to this little island here. Hey, we found this old man who has powers to locate something within 1 square tile of its existence. Let's banish him here.
Well, I think he just lost his contacts, and and he just happened to wander out to here, and now he's stuck because he doesn't have the health to get back.
He lost his contacts and just broke a ton of windows trying to find them, and now he's just stuck.
So Kaiten is getting the no coordinates, which hopefully that registers with him that that there is an item in a chest. I don't know if that's something that he's experienced before.
Yeah, thou must go and fight is pretty important message there.
If I don't see numbers, then I don't need you anymore, old man.
Hierolite theorizing that the old man stole the last cookie an age ago, and this is his punishment.
He stole the cookie in Dragon Warrior 3. So yeah, we're still level 7 and an hour and 18 minutes into the run. This is pretty insane. I don't know, you kind of get this late in, and you just don't, you feel like you're starting to fall behind, but you don't realize that maybe the keep grinding more is really the way to go. Oh, we did get a level here though for Janus. Let's see, 10 power, some decent hit points. I mean, he's 10 power is good. That's a couple more damage.
Yeah, 10 power and 8 HP, given the growth that they've experienced so far, is definitely nothing to sneeze at, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. And Chad did recognize that Kaiten did have half plates, so he isn't running around completely naked.
And Kaiten coming in and checking the treasury and finding nothing but disappointment.
Well, he's been in here once before, so he's seen the items. I think he's really lost on what to do. He might have forgotten that there is a basement to the castle. But Janus is really wants to get back into that mountain cave, maybe, or ooh. Well, he left and ran into a droll magic. Maybe he should run back into the cave.
You know, speaking of Dragon Warrior 3, it's been a long time since I went to Cantlin, the Cantlin town in Dragon Warrior 3. Is there what's at the bottom of that area?
I couldn't tell you the last time I've been to Cantlin in Dragon Warrior 3 either.
Yeah, you never visited in a speed run, so I don't know what it looks like.
I don't even know if it exists yet, actually.
I think
the guy in Hawksness is still like building the golem and whatnot.
Is that what it is? Because I know like Garenham doesn't exist because you just talk to the actual guy. Like he's just got like a hut up there, and then Hawksness is like this big bustling town. And I thought Cantlin was an actual town, but now I can't remember.
It probably is. I think it is. I just don't remember exactly. I know Garingham doesn't exist because it's just a shrine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like Kaiten used his last key to go into that treasury, so he's gonna have to go back to Rimeldar in order to get some more keys to try to progress. But I can understand he's probably really frustrated right now, trying to think about what he's missed so far, because we've seen him talking to people and going to shops and trying to figure this out.
Yeah, and unfortunately, with only access to about half the towns in the game, and not even the ones that you normally have access to, talking to NPCs is not gonna help too much. As Janus having some more trouble getting away from one of these slimes here.
Those blue slimes just want to be loved. Why are you running away all the time?
I just want to give you a hug. Oh, Sukiya confirming that Cantlin is there in Dragon Quest III. It does exist.
Yeah, it probably is a smaller town. I just remember the golem is being created in Hawksness while the game is going on. But you see as how the last several times I've played it, I've either played the randomizer or speedrun it. So Cantlin is not one of those places you visit in any of those cases.
No, it's funny, like, you don't bother going to Cantlin at all, and even though Garenham doesn't exist in the Super Nintendo version, you at least go there for an encounter cancel. So you go in and out, but Cantlin you don't even bother with at all.
Well, in the NES version, like the speedrun, you sail by it, so you at least see it coming. Like, you see the shrine there, so you at least kind of know it's a shrine.
Yeah, you can recognize that's there, but you're just like, yeah, that's not worth my time.
Kaiten actually kills a gold man for 111 experience.
Oh, nice. I saw Janus run away from one of those earlier, but yeah, that's good to know that they're worth a bit of experience as well.
How far are they into the game? Well, they definitely have some more. Janus still has some more exploration and a lot of grinding to go. But if Janus finds everything, like is looking for the Staff of Rain cave, looking for Erdrick's token, Erdrick's armor, which one of them is most likely in Hawksness, the other one in Cole. Not guaranteed, but most likely. Then it's just, the grind. Because they know where the Rainbow Drop Cave is. He knows where the Rainbow Drop Cave is, and oh yeah, you gotta find Sharlock too. But yeah, it's poor Kaiten. He really is lost.
Yeah, even for Janus here, who does have a bit of a lead and really only has one more item to go. I mean, I didn't even think about the fact that no one has found the Shrine Cave yet. Yeah, that Shrine Cave going to be required in order to finish the seed. So Janus still with at least two things left to locate here, and progress just coming to an absolute halt, unfortunately, for our players.
Yeah, this is pretty brutal. Not a lot of health, a lot of nasty monsters. Got to go a long ways to reach anything at all. This is a downright ugly seed. This is one of those you have to grind it. You might have to spend an extra 10 or 15 minutes early on grinding, especially if you find the blue dragon spot or the wolf lord spot, and just, you know, bite the bullet and gain a couple levels, because level 9 could be hurt more, and suddenly the everything is easy again.
Yeah, I would say the key location would absolutely be that spot that Kaiten was in earlier, that kind of desert to the west, as we do see level 9 here for Janus.
And another tough level. A couple of 7s in there, but, you know, the strength was 3 again, you know, speed was 1. You know, that was a tough level again.
Yeah, unfortunately, pretty much as disappointing as most of the ones that came before it.
But yeah, usually it's going to equal out. It's just a matter of when. It might be a couple more levels, but there will be a level where you'll gain 20-something in a stat, because it's just going to even out.
It's coming, Simple Sarah. The 30+ agility level is coming. We may not know exactly when, but it's going to happen.
Well, the good news is this will be a very good learning experience for everyone here. About the how to gold grind, what to do in a situation. Remembering the swamp cave can actually lead to another land mass, you know. This is a brutal seed with a lot of tough challenges to people who are new to the randomizer.
This is absolutely like one of the for anyone who's new to roll a seed like this is just.
And I take all the blame for that.
I do believe Janus is kind of exploring, making it to a chunk of the continent that he hasn't been to before, so potential that he could stumble on something that we haven't seen yet.
If he finds the armor, that's huge, because suddenly Druid Lords don't one-shot you for 68 damage anymore.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get to that spot.
And 1,500 more for another level. Wow. They're looking at 65, almost 6,500, 6,400 experience. For what, level 10 now?
Yeah, that's brutal. Yeah, about 64, 6,500, and it's going to be about 7 Wolf Lords here if, you know, Janus decides to go do that. But it looks like he's sticking to his plan of exploring the rest of the map more.
Or 10 or 11 Blue Dragons. You're always welcome to do that one. So is Kaiten over here farming more Wolf Lords, or still trying to figure out where to go? I think he's still trying to figure out where to go. Unfortunately, fighting a Droll is probably a bad idea because it has Dragon Lord Breath.
And hits pretty hard besides, my goodness.
Well, an excellent hit does help, but you get a whopping 15 experience for that fight. Yeah, no one really wants to grind when they're an hour and a half into a seed, unless they're like doing the end game grind. But one thing is another thing you should keep in mind, especially like if you're in Janus's position, you might actually like just think, hey, I found a really good location to grind. Maybe I should do the chunk of the end game grind now, since I only need like 1 item, 2 items, you know, and just get the grind out of the way now to make it easier.
Yeah, it's true. Question in chat from Up2NG: which locations hasn't Janus found, and can the token still be in the search spot? Yes. Janus trying to take down this Axe Knight, and because the search spot here in Hawksness has not been searched yet. Coal has not been found yet, so that could also be where the token could be located. And then also there are all 4 chests on the bottom of Mountain Cave. Janus has tried to get to them at least twice and has been denied both times. So in total, 6 locations for that token.
Yeah, I think the big thing is need to test if sleep works on an X-Knight, what their resistance to sleep is, because Janus is hitting it for 29. So it's only going to take so many of those hits. If he's susceptible to sleep, the Axe Knight, you can easily get him, you know, at least a couple of hits in before he destroys you.
Yeah, I would say that's one of the key things to take away from the seed is to just, you know, really throw out those sleeps and see if one of them sticks.
So Kaiten is thinking hard now. Hopefully he remembers that there is something in the back of the castle. Stock up on some more keys if you can afford it, and keep checking things out, because you will find it. Oh, you can buy 1 more key is what he can buy right now.
I did not know that lady said that. That's so funny.
Yeah, the town actually has some fun things to it. Like, if you talk, there's a guy in the top right corner and a girl in the bottom left corner that are waiting to meet. And they never actually get to meet. Poor Orwick never finds his lady.
Yeah, it seems in chaos mode there's always one enemy that just has like a bajillion agility, and you can't hurt it, you can't run away from it. And in this particular seed, it does happen to be the blue slime.
The slime is a stone cold killer. You just kept coming across all the level 1 slimes. You never met the level 30 slime. Okay, now it's serious business.
The slime that didn't skip leg day.
Does it have leg day? Because it has to have legs to have leg day.
You make a good point.
It always flosses its teeth. it didn't miss its teeth flossing this time.
Or tooth sharpening, maybe?
Or its contact lenses. There we go. Maybe this slime is really sad inside, and it just was a bad day for you.
Yeah, they gotta, again, 30 years of injustice towards these slimes. They gotta get their revenge here, and definitely doing their best in this particular seed.
So one thing I always notice about Chaos is there's always these low-level enemies, at least one low-level enemy that is just brutal. I think last night's seed was the Drakey. The Drakey was terrible, and it was hard, and it was everywhere. And it's always like this one low-level enemy that just is out for blood every time. Today, you know, it's not really the blue slime out for blood, but it's the blue slime that won't let you run away. Okay, so Kaiten is working his way towards the back, maybe? I mean, he's searching for something. Hopefully he still has a key on him. I think he does have at least 1 key on him, so... Oh, he's going this way. Oh, I don't think you can see the stairs going that way, though. If he could see the stairs, he would know exactly where to go. Okay, he's heading in the right direction. Oh, but he needs to buy another key. He never bought the key. Oh. There's always the one seed. This is why no one will let me draw a seed again, okay? I take blame for this one.
If following that policy, by the end of this tournament, no one's going to be able to roll seeds. I already got banned for rolling Monday Night Warriors seed last week.
Okay, so Kaiten is going to get a key. He's going straight for the key. I think either he's figured something out or, you know, has an idea of what's going on now.
Yeah, he's taken a wild guess here. He's like, oh, there was something over there that I didn't check. So let me go pick up a key and let me go check that out.
Now, I think in a case like this, if you're really lost and you need to figure something out, buy the key and then save. Because then if you make a mistake, you can, oh, okay, just reset and use my key somewhere else.
Looks like Janus has decided to grind on wyverns and whatever else is here in this swamp cave. So finally going into grind mode here to try to see what these next levels can bring.
Yeah. Another thing you could check out too is there is a monster just like the one in Hawksnest that guards the princess in here, and it respawns. So one thing to keep an eye on is, hey, maybe I can go see what's protecting the princess, and if it's something like the Wolf Lord, you know, easily just farm that for as much experience as you want. Oh yeah, I think both of them will learn a lot from this seed. Hopefully they watch the VODs after the race to get some of the commentary and chat, and is actually able to grow and learn from this seed, because this is a really tricky seed. This one is more for people who have played Randomizer at least a little, quite a bit, I would say.
I would definitely put this one under the advanced category.
Okay, he's going for the door. Just don't accidentally leave the castle when you go down when you follow the edge down here, and you'll be good.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have any more gold left to buy keys.
He tried talking to that guard, but the fairy water lost its effect.
Yeah, and the nice thing about this tournament too is that the decision was made to do a Swiss-style tournament for the first round, and so losing this match is not an end to your tournament life at all. So even if these players have an unfortunate misstep here, they can just review and try again in the next round.
And Kaiten falls on some broken glass, going to try to talk to the person.
Yeah.
I think he realized that he went outside there, but didn't really, he stopped halfway instead of searching where the stairs were in the corner. So he might be thinking that, hey, I already searched that.
It's fine as long as he doesn't go outside. That door is actually still going to be open. He's kind of pausing to think here, but if he goes back to that door and finds it still open oh no.
Yeah, back to the grind.
Yeah, just in case anyone in chat is not aware, because he died on the barrier in the castle and then respawned in the throne room, that door would have remained unlocked and he wouldn't need to go buy himself another key.
Yeah, the door is only locked when you actually go outside.
Same with the treasure chest reset.
Yep. So as long as you stayed inside, you don't have to worry about the doors relocking on you.
Yeah, Magru pointing out that might be time to go look up some castle maps and see where those stairs are located.
Yeah, Janus is just having so much trouble also exploring because all of these enemies, you know, there's always at least one enemy that hits really hard or is hard to run from, and you know, it just keeps killing him every time he's only made it back to the grave area here. Like, he can't even get to a new continent because then he runs into an Axe Knight, you know? These are some really horrible enemies.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot to be learned from the two interesting seeds that have been rolled between last night and tonight, for sure. Lots of lessons to be learned. 288 experience for Janus to get to the next level. You know, if I'm Janus and I see that, I mean, I'm looking for Wolf Lords. Just get that level 10.
Or go fight the blue dragons or something. He knows where there's good enemies. Fight inside the cave in the swamp cave.
Yeah, just do whatever you have to do to get that next level is what would be in my mind.
Oh, I've learned randomizers just from watching races. Like, I've learned a lot, like, from the Zelda 1 randomizer just from watching the tournament, you know? And I knew nothing about Zelda 1. I just watched a bunch of tournament matches, and I'm able to complete a randomizer in a couple hours, you know, first time ever, so... You know, just watching races is always a good way. That's why, hopefully, they'll watch the VODs after this and catch a couple of ideas that we've been speaking about in case they run into this situation again.
Yeah. Yeah, anyone who wants to try out this randomizer, you know, McGrew did just throw a link into our Discord, a link to the randomizer itself, and the tournament schedule. Anyone who wants to come into our Discord, especially with this tournament being underway, we do have a very active community and a very welcoming community. Always happy to start a race and teach people how to play.
So Kaiten went to the key shop with a lot of money. He's able to stock up on 5 or 6 keys. So you know, hopefully he will get this.
Yeah, if he thinks to go back to that door, this could be his shot at getting off this island.
Yeah, if you're gonna get into Dragon Warrior Randomizer, I definitely suggest don't do Chaos until you've done a handful of randomizers to get a little comfortable, because Chaos is definitely a huge difference. You know, it is definitely harder, so you want to make sure you at least start the randomizer, start with normal, and then work your way up to Chaos. And then Big Swamp Mode!
Yeah, big swamp mode. I mean, all the different modes that have been added, to my mind, are just a firmer wall of bricks for you to bash your head against, and that big swamp mode, man, that is something special.
And then Chaos in Big Swamp. So Big Swamp is a mode that makes it so about 75% of the world map is swamp, which means you can actually get an unwinnable seed because you start with like 12 health in the castle in the middle of a giant swamp. There's also some challenge modes that are fun included in it. Like, there's one that I accidentally found just messing around, and where it removes every number in the game. It removes... Yeah, I believe it removed every name and number in the game, so... You had to basically... Or no, it removed all the names in the game, so all you had was numbers. So, like, you had to figure out, like, which spells you learned just by how much magic it cast when you cast it, and things like that.
What? What mode is that? That sounds so cool. I know there's one that removes like the sprites.
Oh, that's challenge mode 10. I still want to try that one, but I need to do it on a non-randomized map because you can't do it on a randomized map. But yeah, where you're choosing sprites, there's actually challenge modes. Challenge mode 1, 2, 5, something like that. Challenge mode 5 removes all of the names and just leaves numbers. And then challenge mode 10 is like a special one that he doesn't have in there, but it basically removes every sprite in the game, every map in the game, except for like the what the towns and the dungeons look like on the world map. Other than that, there's no other maps in the game.
Yeah, and coming back to the race here, Janus getting 3 levels in a single shot here, and getting all getting some really good boosts here. So looks like there was finally some single-digit experience levels there. Really big boost for him.
Big boost. I didn't see exactly what all the boosts were. I definitely saw that he gained like 30 health. 20 or 30 health, but yeah, that's sometimes what happens, where it might take you 2,000 experience over and over again, but then suddenly you gain 3 levels with 100 experience. But it looks like he's Janus is able to start running away from things and finally get some exploration going. Might even have enough health now to go tackle that Axe Knight. Because if you can survive at least a couple hits from the Axe Knight, heal more up, keep attacking, because you deal 30 damage to him. Probably even 35, 40 damage now that you got that big level up.
Oh, and we found Sharlock. Wow, it's all the way up to the north. That is a long walk.
An even longer walk because there's more behind it. Might be where Cola is, though, so it might be important what's over here.
Yeah, Cole in the Shrine Cave could easily be up here. I want to say this is just about the last piece of land that hasn't really been explored yet, so... If only Janus could borrow the glove from Zelda 2, maybe he could punch out those Sharlock blocks and just walk back to Tantagel that way.
Yeah, but he can't swim, so he wouldn't be able to go across the water.
Just get the boots.
Link doesn't swim. Haven't you learned that?
Who needs to swim when you can walk on water? Just get the boots from Eastern.
And another level for Janus. Looks like things are finally starting to pick up. Then finally hit that wall, like 9 more power with 9 hit points and spells. Maybe hurt more? And hurt more.
Hurt more!
Yeah, see, all it took was if you would have just grinded until you got the 6,400 or so experience, then suddenly things got so much easier. But, sometimes you gotta do the end game grind earlier, that's all. That's one thing you should definitely keep in your mind. It don't matter when you do the grind. If you find a good grind and you're close to the end, then do a good chunk of it a little earlier. And this land is really snaking, because I think it snaked all the way back over to the west now. McGrew's got to pull off a picture of this world map and show us what it looks like. Well, I give it to Kaiten. Oh, we got a town. Probably maybe Cole. Cole. But I was gonna say I give it to Kaiten. He's trying. He's not giving up yet.
Yeah, Kaiten really is showing his tenacity in this seed.
Alright, so there is a search spot that is 4 squares south of the spring, right there, and hopefully he's going to find
the token. That's it.
That means the armor is behind the Axe Knight. Because the armor cannot be in a chest. Which also means he doesn't have to go into Mountain Cave. There's nothing there to get.
That's right. Absolutely nothing useful in Mountain Cave. It can be totally skipped. And just leaves the Shrine Cave for Janus to find. And then one Axe Knight to kill. And then we're in go mode.
So we still have not seen a silver shield. Either it's in the bottom right corner of Cantlin, or it was not put into this seed.
Garenham had one for 6,000 gold, I think.
Oh yeah, it did. Never mind. You're right. It did have 6,000.
Flame Sword is what Kaiten might be looking for, since he doesn't have Erdrick's sword yet. That is one thing that we have not seen.
Yeah, the Flame Sword is what I was thinking then. It wasn't Silver Shield. Close enough. I blame me because of the seed.
This one's it's testing everyone's sanity here for sure.
Yeah, it's almost 2 hours into the seed, and just things are just starting to look like there's actually hope. Ooh, so Janus walks all the way to the end here, and then returns back to the castle.
Yeah, I'm curious what he's thinking about doing here, because I mean, what he needs to do is find the Shrine Cave, and that's going to be back on the other continent. So, curious what he came back for.
Yeah, there is still potential for trolls in this seed, i.e. Dragon Lord with sleep or whatever. Kaiten gets level 8, so he finally gets a level. Gets a good attack power and HP boost. That might help him out. Not if he keeps fighting all the enemies with Dragon Lord breath.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw my support behind an idea in chat. People are talking about customized sprites. Someone talked about having a Lolo sprite for the hero and a Lala sprite for the princess. I am 100% in favor of that.
I know there was talks of, like, if you play as Link, like, to change all of the items and spells in the game, or a bunch of them, to, like, Legend of Zelda. Like, instead of Erdrick Sword, it would be the Master Sword.
The question, though, is which spell would be fire and what would it be linked to?
It'd be linked to Link, of course.
Wah, wah, wah.
Well, you can't, you know, you can't have everything. I mean, no, there we go. Name it Thunder, or Fire. You could just name it Fire, because that's in Zelda 2, right? Fire spell.
Yeah, the fire spell's in Zelda 2, and in Zelda 2 Randomizer, because the fire spell is generally seen as kind of worthless, it's usually linked to another spell. So
yeah, but Hurt spell is pretty useless too.
Sometimes. Bombosis hurt more. I can get behind that. If this were Dragon Warrior 2 Randomizer, I would say spell has to be chance.
Okay, so what does Janus do now? I think the rush to Axe Knight. Get to Hawksness and get your armor, because with 96 health and heal more, for a guy that's only hitting you for 30, this is definitely the time to go get your armor, because he should know that the armor has to be there.
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement with that.
So Janus, with all of the levels, is definitely having an easier time killing all of these enemies. That big level boost is exactly what was needed. Now can kill everything. And, you know, not having any problems at all. Getting more experience.
Question in chat from Madcap, and what's the purple necklace thing on the tracker? So the little purple jewel with the necklace below the harp, that is the rainbow drop, and the rainbow drop is what you get when you put all the required items together, and that's going to form a bridge to get them into Charlock. But we do have a level up for Janus here. It looked like a pretty good one.
The orb to the right is the Sphere of Light. It is the item you get for killing the Dragon Lord and bringing light back to Elfgard.
And it also banishes all enemies for some strange reason.
Yeah, because it's out of the hands of evil, so... It is the Orb of Light, Sphere of Light, depends how you want to look at it. But yeah, Janus also has Hurt More. I mean, he could try casting Hurt More on a Axe Knight and see if it destroys him. And there you go, Hurt More on an Axe Knight. And that little girl in the bottom right corner there, that's Princess Gwendolyn. You'll never see her today. But maybe another day you'll see her.
Yeah, with Janus already being at such a high level, yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna play the Rescue Gwayland to check experience strategy. But that is something you can do in other seeds.
So yeah, this should be a pretty simple Axe Knight encounter now, as long as there's no mistakes made. Sadly, it only gives 75 experience, so it's not a fight you want to grind. And he does have a lot of health.
The ball of GG. Yeah, very apt.
Yes, the ball of GG. So yeah, this... Did this Axe Knight just take 2 hurt mores?
I believe he did.
It has... That means it has almost max health. I don't know exactly what the exact max is for a random encounter, but I think it's like 130 range, 140. So he drew almost a max total.
And that Eric's armor being picked up there by Janus, and that's going to be pretty much go mode for him here.
Well, once he finds the shrine, the Staff of Rain Cave, then he will be ready to pretty much go mode. But he has all of the items that he needs. He just needs to find this one place. But with all of the levels, the armor, heal more, hurt more, you know, you pretty much could cast Repel now if Janus wants to, and go looking. Only in Randomizer does slime run from you. You ever seen a blue slime with a tat? Well, you have now. Look at that guy. No. So there it is. That should be it. Way off here in the bottom corner. Now he has everything he needs except for levels. So the question is, where does Janus want to grind?
Well, he does need to go back. The Jerk Cave, I believe, was next to start. So
it's right next to after the right after the Swamp Cave. So it's really close. You have to walk by it in order to get in the direction of Charlock. So you don't need to be in a hurry to go get the Rainbow Drop, unless Janus wants to grind inside Charlock.
Yeah, I feel like in Chaos at this point, it's not a bad play to just go straight into Charlock. One, to get info on what enemies are in there, and then two, I mean, if you can make it down to that Dragon Lord fight, you can kind of figure out what's the Dragon Lord 1 fight like, because sometimes he's just a paper tiger. He just falls down in one hit, and then other times he's like whomping you for 50 damage, and it takes a while to kill.
Yeah. If I was personally going to do this, I would look at my stats and determine, like, if I'm still at least a couple, certain that I'm at least a couple levels away, I would run to those blue dragons right nearby and farm the blue dragons and gain a level or two, and then think about going in. Because it is a very long walk to get to where Charlock is.
It's true. I suppose in Chaos, the one thing that might stop me is if the experience barrier to the next set of levels is particularly high. That's when I would choose to just go into Charlock instead and try to get some information there that might help me later. And I think that's what Janus is doing. I think he's definitely not going to his blue dragon spot. I think he is going to Charlock. He's going to go take a dive and take a look here.
Let's hope that it's not filled with Axe Knights. Or blue slimes, because they'll never run away.
Yeah, one feature also in Charlock, in Chaos mode, is that normally enemies get a penalty to their agility when you're trying to consider whether or not you're going to be able to run away from something. But in Charlock, in Chaos mode, the enemies have no penalty to their agility. So any enemy that you were having trouble running away from before, it's going to be almost impossible inside Charlock.
Yeah, it can be really hard to run from enemies in Charlock, or it could be easy. You never know. There's multiple enemy zones in Charlock, so sometimes it's just a matter of getting lucky and getting through the 2 floors with a really horrible monster and never have to see it ever again.
So Janus taking a quick nap here in coal, and 96 MP, that's 12 heal more, is not sure exactly what his attack is at right now, but with the randomized Dragon Lord 2 stats, again, I don't think going into Sharlock is a bad play here.
Well, I don't think Dragon Lord 2 stats are randomized. The only thing that's randomized is what his health is, which is a range between 100 and 230, and if he has heal or sleep spell. Those are, you know, the rest of the stats on Dragon Lord 2 are consistent. You don't have to worry about that. Now, Dragon Lord 1 is completely randomized. He can be any. He could be worse than Dragon Lord 2. But I think even using a heal spell there, he's not convinced that he can fight. So, you know, it's probably just going to be exploration and grinding.
Well, he's putting down the rainbow drop and oh, and Kaiten does find the bottom right Cantlin shop, and there is a 14 gold flame sword for sale.
Wow. If only they would have noticed that sword, that shop there earlier. They both would have had flame swords very early on. Yeah, flame sword is the second best sword in the game.
Yeah, 28 attack power from that flame sword. I think they would have been making short work of wolf lords with that thing, but too little too late, unfortunately, for our contestants. And again, among the many lessons learned this seed, check, you know, get to know your weapon shops and check them. Check every single one of them.
So let's see. Looking upon Janus, I see ghosts. Those aren't so bad. And Magidrake. I don't think we've seen Magidrakes yet, so we don't actually know what Magidrakes are.
I want to say someone got knocked out by a Magidrake like really early on, but I don't remember exactly what they have either.
So one thing you could consider too is there is a mini boss, much like the Axe Knight in Hawksness or the one guarding the princess that guards the Dragon Lord. And sometimes you get a very, very favorable encounter, and since that respawns, that's you know, even though it's way at the bottom of the dungeon, that could be a potential grind spot.
Flame sword was such a steal, you could hear the cops in the background. I like it, Mad Captain. I approve.
Kaiten is over there farming metal slimes with Hurt. Hey, whatever works. And Janus gets wrecked by stone men, so there is some wickedly difficult stone men in there. But we get to see how much he needs for next level, which is only 758. That's not bad.
That is not bad at all. That is definitely worth picking a grind spot and trying to get the next level, see what it gives.
Yeah, once you start getting into the teens and high teens, then yeah, you don't get surprised if you see a level where it takes a few thousand experience, but something like 700 more, that's not bad at all. So looking at the top of the castle and not being impressed with the monsters, I think it's probably best to find one of your favorite grind spots on the overworld and hang out there for a while. You gotta love how Link just kind of melts into the background of the grass too. It almost disappears. Such a beautiful lime green color. Yeah, we haven't seen any red dragons. I think we've seen one armored knight. But Janus is farming where the blue dragons are. Especially how close to a level Just might as well at least get that level and see what happens, and then go from there. Also, Star Wyverns have a lot of health.
That is not a lot of experience either, unfortunately.
Now, I don't know exactly where the Blue Dragon zone is, but I noticed they were closer. Okay, I wasn't sure if they were all the way up here, or if they were closer to where the cave was. But that's definitely what Janus is there to grind, and a few more of those, and we'll get the next level and see if there's a big stat boost, or are we gonna be here for a while. Oh, the red dragon could be anywhere in the game. It's usually a green dragon that guards the princess in vanilla, but the red dragon is just a regular enemy that can spawn anywhere in the game.
Yeah, whether or not an enemy is on a spike tile has no bearing on whether or not it can appear somewhere else.
Yeah, I've seen some seeds where every trap tile was a certain enemy, and then like they were random encounters on the world map. It happened to me in a seed earlier today where I had this Wolf Lord with Dragon Lord Breath and literally 100 defense. Beyond I would say 5 or 6 at least that I found enemy zones, and was guarding the Dragon Lord. So it was basically following me around everywhere.
Kaiten going back and searching that spot for dear life, just digging through the sands to find a little bit of hope, but unfortunately not much to be found.
Yeah, sadly the only thing you can find searching on the world map is an item if it's on the world map, and we know since there's no coordinates that there's nothing on the world map.
Madcapin, so basically there's a very rare instance that can only come up in Randomizer. If, for example, if you're in the swamp cave and let's say there's a green dragon on the spike tile, if that green dragon is also a random encounter in the swamp cave, then you kill that green dragon, then yes, the spike tile will clear. Or that's how it used to be, rather, because the spike tile didn't respawn. You only had to kill it once, and then you could just keep walking through. But now, because that spike tile respawns, that's no longer a mechanic.
So Janus got a level, and it was decent. There was a lot of 5s, 6s, and 7s, but I don't know if Janus has gone to the stats screen to see what the strength and agility is, so we have no idea how close he is to actually being able to go after the Dragon Lord.
Yeah, I think a 120 attack power is about the bare minimum. Wow! 222 experience from that skeleton.
He's probably going to start looking for them now. But I would say in a normal randomizer, 125 is the minimum you're looking for attack power. But I would say in Chaos, you have to go a little bit higher, because the Dragon Lord could potentially have 60 or 70 more health. So you have to factor that in. So I would always aim for a minimum of 130 to 135 before going for Dragon Lord in Chaos mode. Of course, you could always get a Dragon Lord that has 50 health less than he would in regular Randomizer, and all of that's trivial. But you also got to account for sleep or hurt, or not and hurt, but or hurt, or heal, I should say. And heal actually usually out-heals the damage you can do, unless you have an insanely high attack power. Yeah, and you got to count for Dragon Lord 1. I've seen Dragon Lord 1 with 100 defense, which is usually considered a number that you never see because you have to have all of the best gear and really high agility. I've had 100 defense Dragonlord 1 hit me for in the 80s before. So you never know if it's going to have 10 health and hit you for 5 damage or have 100 health and hit you for 80. There's a lot more variables in Chaos Mode.
Question in chat, Matt Kappen. So in Dragonlord 2 and Chaos can do more than attack breath, right? That is correct. There is a chance, not a guarantee, but a chance for the Dragonlord 2 to have, either heal or sleep.
But also, his stop spell resistance is randomized, so you could have a Dragonlord 2 fight where you hit stop spell pretty much every time, or one that you can barely get him.
Oh, we got level 16 here, which came with 12 hit points. I did not see the strength on that.
Yeah, but we kind of need to see the stat screen. Here we go. 84, 84. So the agility is good, but you need a little bit more strength. 84 is too low. Even borderline too low for regular randomizer, because that's with the fighter's ring 126 attack power.
I like 126 given the amount of heal mores he has. Just because, you know, the Dragonlord 2 can have low HP, and so as long as Dragonlord 1 isn't that bad, I mean, you know, you're not going to be doing a lot of damage, but if Dragonlord 2's HP is low, you can still get there.
Oh yeah, it's definitely probably, you know, when you're getting 2 hours, 11 minutes into a race, and you get to this level, you're probably thinking, okay, I gotta give it a shot. And if you find stuff that are easy to fight along the way down, then you fight them, and maybe you squeak out another level, because you find some easy stuff along the way.
And coming back to something that we were talking about, towards the beginning of this race, when Janus found that death necklace. Janus has 120 hit points right now. 130 is really where you want to be, but you know, if you can get 10 more experience on a level up, that death necklace is going to be looking really, really nice. The reason why you want 130 max HP before you put that death necklace on is because 130 is going to bring you down to I believe either 96 or 97 HP, and you want to be there so that if you take a 48 damage breath attack from the Dragonlord 2, the most that he can do, you can still safely swing afterwards. If you're below 96, then it gets a little dicey trying to actually be able to attack safely.
Yep, it should drop you down to 97 health. The Dragonlord 2 breath does either 42, 44, 46, or 48. So 97 is the minimum that you need to survive 2 large Dragonlord breaths, which is probably a 1 in 8 chance of happening. So if you're stuck healing every turn, you will not be able to out-heal without a huge amount of strength.
Unless you're Meowth, and then you just go fight Dragonlord 2 with 87 HP and win anyway.
Oh, it's still doable, but you have to burn a lot more heals is all. You have to be more cautious. Yeah, I would say you definitely need minimum 10 more health to even try the Death Necklace. The Death Necklace pretty much adds about 2.5 damage to every one of your attacks.
For Chaos Mode and for the things that come with Chaos Mode, I definitely wouldn't use the Death Necklace for my first attempt. But if I feel like I just fell a little bit short and just need that little bit of extra boost on the second attempt, that's when I would consider it for sure.
Also, they got this little problem of if they use the Death Necklace and die, it's a one-shot deal. They have to get rid of it and can't use it again because the only way to get to the Dragonlord is through the castle, and they won't let you into the castle if you're cursed. So you'd either have to save and then come try to fight the Dragonlord and die, or you equip it, you get one shot, and you have to go to Brecconary to remove it.
Yeah, saving wouldn't be too bad of an idea. I definitely would not want to be throwing away 10 attack power like that. It is a little bit unfortunate that the old man in Brecconary right now just decides to destroy the cursed item instead of handing it back to you to put back on again.
Well, why would you want to be with this fiendish device of evil? You are supposed to be the light, the bringer, the light bringer, the one who returns hope to the entire land. How dare you equip this evil, foul beast of a necklace?
Have you seen the monsters outside?
Oh, it's terrifying. Here, have it back.
That's what I thought.
Death necklace? What are you talking about? That's a dragon scale. It's just a little dirty. You must wipe away the filth.
I do like me some shiny dragon scales.
Oh, me too. I mean, you know, you don't want to wear accessories that are dirty or chipped. You know, you're the hero. You gotta have the finest jewelry. Also, can I have the death necklace back? It sells for 1,200, and I can almost afford a silver shield. Come on, give it back to me.
Yeah, no kidding.
So it looks like Janus is still on the experience hunt because is burning Hurtmore's. This skeleton or this scorpion just is not being kind, and letting him get away.
Yeah, I don't think these things are worth that much experience. Oh, never mind, 111. All right, that's still pretty good.
But that's just one of the examples of the monster that had a penalty. Doesn't have it anymore, and suddenly it has a lot higher agility than you.
Stone Man running away from Janus, I think that he would be very happy to see more of that happening. And using Stop Spell.
If you're still in, you know, experience grind mode, then yeah, burn up that magic, get what experience you can, keep yourself alive, because dying is a really long trip back.
Yeah, no, it's true. I think that's the first time I've seen him actually use Stop Spell in the seed.
Now we just gotta show him about sleep, and we'll be up there. We'll be good. And all of that work just to have it run away.
But proving effective, because once you Stop Spell it, it's pretty harmless, only hitting him for, 3-4 damage at a time.
He's really the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, okay? He's just looks like a stone man. He's really fluffy and gentle, but he's really, really smart up there where it counts.
Janus taking a moment to consult his map and does choose the correct staircase to move on.
So those Magidrakies do hit really hard.
Magijerks, more like.
Yeah, it doesn't look like this Sharlock is going to be very kind. There's a lot of nasty monsters floating around. And, yeah.
Fortunately, no blue slimes yet.
I don't know, he probably would take blue slimes. At least they don't hit for 30. I would gladly fail to run 20 times for a blue slime, rather than fail to run 5 times and get hit for 30 every time. Kaiten is, he's still trying over there. I mean, you have to admit, he's trying. I mean, he's just really lost on what to do. It feels bad, but, I'm sure, when we talk to him, or if he sees this, he'll be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I didn't go into that corner.
Yeah, it's the one spot that I don't think you can really see. You just kind of have to guess, really. I don't think there's a point where you can actually see that staircase without just walking down to it. Not like where, Kaiten finding the keys by just walking around Rimeldar and seeing that shop up in the corner. but just not having the same luck with the staircase that's gonna give him his freedom.
So there's a lot of scorpions in Sharlock right now. He's running into an awful lot of them.
And we have a sleep attempt here. It failed, but he's trying. We're there. We go. That's it. That's the ticket.
Got to burn those 2 magic sleep charges. So Kaiten is actually really close to level 10, which means 10, 11, 12 is going to happen very fast. He's like 500 experience away. And we know after that, 13 is pretty close, so that's where things start to get a lot easier. If he can just find a way to get off this little island, he has a shot. Because we know Janus is not going to kill the Dragon Lord with this attempt. Not with 44 magic remaining right now, and gonna have to burn even more. So the best thing to do now is just make it to the mini boss in front of the Dragon Lord and find out what mess you have to go through to get to him. And maybe if you still have some health left, go see how bad the Dragon Lord one is. If he starts hitting you for 60, then you're like, okay, I'll come back in a couple of years. I'm still too young. I need to grow up a little bit more.
So Janus is aware that he doesn't need to waste his time with the Sharlock treasury. Definitely. What is that? Like 11 chests in the game that got skipped? It just completely walked right by him.
Oh, that's what happens when you get all your stuff. When you get all your items, you don't have to go waste your time in all these other chests. I mean, there's literally nothing else that he can get that would be helpful right now. Yeah, starts hitting him for 60. Yes, yes! I'll take half the world!
No takebacks. So, I'm guessing it's about a 50-50 for sleep on these scorpions, but definitely better chance to land sleep than to just try to run away, and Janus is figuring that out and edging his way towards this mini-boss.
Yeah, spend the 2 magic. I mean, you're gonna lose a couple of heal mores probably, but sometimes you have to do that to get to the bottom. It's better than burning a heal more every time you come across one. So now, who is the mini-boss? Who is protecting the Dragon Lord? It's his friend. Oh, the blue slime. It ran away even. Okay, so the Dragon Lord guard is a joke. It's all you have to do is walk up and wait for it to run away. And it's not going to hit you that hard when it does.
I think someone's about to lose their job here pretty soon.
Well, let's find out what... Hopefully he takes a shot here at Dragon Lord 1 and just sees how nasty he is. Because it's really not going to happen. It's like 0% chance of this happening. But you might get past to see, maybe the Dragon Lord 1 fight is easy and you realize, okay, I don't need to be as geared as I thought. Even if you are the fool. So 37 damage on it dies.
Paper Tiger, I told you, man.
So now a good thing to find out is if he has sleep. Because if he does, he'll cast it relatively early. Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you get the Dragon one fight, but then you're stuck with this.
No.
Try stop spells.
Yeah, you gotta do it, because who knows what his chance to use that sleep spell actually is. You know, if he gets that stop spell, you know, he might just get a few free swings here.
From the attacks, it looks like 25 to 50% chance to cast Leap right now. But yeah, if you can hit Stop Spell relatively early, you know, you might be like, okay, so he's pretty easy. Unfortunately, sleep is not going to help a whole lot against the Dragon Lord. So, Slime protecting a very, very easy Dragon Lord 1 fight into someone who's going to cast Sleep.
Yeah, I mean, I would just armed with the information, I would just go back and try again.
How much was the next level? I didn't see that.
I missed it too. I was looking away.
Yeah, this is grind territory, unfortunately. Because unless you hit stop spell, it looks like that's going to be a rough fight, because he wanted to cast a lot. But he does have information now. 1500 to the next level? Thank you, McGrew.
Yeah, 1500's not that bad. It'd be worth getting the next level. Oh, Kaiten! He did it!
He found
it! He did it! He did it!
He has a chance for the comeback is real, you guys!
He has found the swamp cave. Now he just needs to cast Radiant and confirm that that's where he is, but he's finally found it.
The comeback is real! It's on! He's probably wondering what's going on right now. He's like, wait a second, why is there a cave here? No, don't leave. There you go. Yes, cast your Radiant spell. He's only like a 5-minute Wolf Lord grind behind in levels. Okay, he has to find every other item in the game, but he's only like a 5-minute, Wolf Lord grind behind.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, with the Dragon Lord 2 having sleep, and we don't know what his stop spell resistance is. I mean, there's no guarantee that Janus is going to finish this anytime soon. So, if Kaiten can find himself the sword and the armor, and then just go find some, go find some Wolf Lords to bop.
Yeah, Kaiten actually knows the best grind spot right now.
It's absolutely true, and he's only, he might be several levels down, but, if you look at the actual experience, it's only, I think, 4,000 is the cap.
The big issue, though, is the knowledge. Janus knows everything that's going on now. He has everything. I mean, yeah, it's great that Kaiten finally got here, and he looked up his maps, and he's like, oh, okay, this is how I get through the cave. So he's finally going to have a new continent to die and explore on. But yeah, one thing about Dragon Lord 2 is if he has like the sleep, or like especially the sleep spell, if you hit stop spell on him, then it's practically a win, because he's going to spend a lot of time trying to cast a spell that he can't cast instead of attack you. Especially if it's like a 50% chance of him casting it.
Yeah, you want to talk about, the thing that we normally look for at 120 HP in vanilla randomizer is double attacks, but, you get that stop spell off and you're going to be getting, triple and quadruple attacks potentially.
So I think Janus is grinding in the cave. I mean, he liked the grind here earlier, so doing it again.
Yeah, he really likes beating up on these wyverns, it seems.
Doesn't even like the blue dragons anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and second that, Ryu.
I would definitely put this up here as a rough seed, but it's more of a not beginner-friendly seed, or, a seed that, is definitely got its ticks, that's for sure. But it is a mean seed. And Janus is looking for Wolf Lords. Unfortunately, they don't spawn at a very high rate where he is right now. Yeah, I think the biggest knowledge of the biggest thing you can take out of the seed is knowing that you can grind earlier. You don't have to find everything in the game to grind. You know, you can grind earlier and walk around much easier. And Kaiten is already in Hawksness. He could just walk right over there and get his armor like it's nothing. Well, it would have some trouble, actually, because he only has Heal More and no good weapon. Or no, he has a Flame Sword, so he has a really good weapon. Just no Hurt More, so he would take a bunch of attacks. Yeah, check every shop. Learn where all the shops are. Actually, it might be a little hard for Kaiten because he's still level 9. He never actually gained those quick 3 levels. He's only a couple hundred experience away. But he's like, oh no, not an Axe Knight. And this Axe Knight has 130 health. But I mean, if Kaiten would have had those like 500, 300, 400, whatever the experience total is, and gotten those next 3 levels, this would have been a lot easier. So we're 2.5 hours into the seed, and we're back where we started, farming off of Warlocks.
We have come full circle, my friends.
But Kaiten knows where to go now. Hopefully, remembers to keep a supply of keys on him because he's gonna need them. There'll be a lot of death waiting for you on the mainland.
Game Boy, I think he's around 86?
84.
84.
Yeah, 126 attack power, I believe. Because they have the fighter's ring. Kain's like, oh boy, I'm gonna need more keys. Time to go stock up on keys. Yes, what do we learn about this seed? There's a blue slime that runs away protecting the Dragon Lord. Dragon Lord 1 died to 1 hit, 35 damage. And Dragon Lord 2 seems to spam sleep probably 50% of the time, if not more. There is a chance that he is grinding for gold. That is a real chance, too. I mean, the Silver Shield will grant you another 14 defense. 10 defense. If you can get the Silver Shield. That's another 2.5 less damage that he's going to take. But that's only from physical attacks, though. That doesn't save him from Dragon Lord Breath. Oh, and we got a level here from Janus. Are we going to get something good here? No attack, 173. Oh.
That's not even enough to put on the death necklace if you wanted to. What a brutal level.
Still only 84 strength. You know one of these levels coming up, whether it's 18, 19, 20, is just going to be like, bam, 25 strength. But it could take another 15,000 experience to get there.
Yeah, Janus not even going to talk to the king. He's just like, I'll just keep killing it until I get it.
Or maybe he's deciding to go talk to the king. Yeah, I think he's going to talk to the king. Oh no, I gotta find out. How much more? $361. That's not bad. You can get to 18 really fast. Oh, Kaiten is meeting up with the stone man, who doesn't want them to pass the bridge. No crossing our bridge. We found a Oh, he used Hurt More on the poor Wolf Lord, not knowing it has like 8 health.
Yeah, I don't... He got the big levels on one of those earlier, but that was long enough ago. Yeah, it's long enough ago you might have forgotten. Because I noticed he's staying in this like Warlock area and not going down to where the Wolf Lords appear more often. But getting that one, it is giving him significant progress to 18. He'll be there in short order.
And you have Erdrick's armor, so the damage is only doing 40s to you now. It's like, okay, as long as I stay above the above 50 health, I can soak any back attack he's gonna give me.
Yeah, I think even now, I think it's just gonna be a couple more Warlocks until he gets it.
Or a Wraith. That works too. Okay, what do we got here? We got 3, 5, 1, 2. Oh boy. Well, it's 87 strength now. And going to talk to the king to find out how long this level is going to take. $18.50. Whew. We're looking at a bit of a one to get to 19 here.
You know, the mismatch in information here makes it interesting, because if Janus knew about the Wolf Lords over to the west, I mean, it wouldn't be that difficult to just walk over there and get that next level and see if it makes it easy. But not knowing that that's there, yeah, level 30 is definitely not required, and I'm still not convinced that you know, another level is required here. Just because, you know, leveling up isn't going to increase your chances of hitting stop spell. It's not going to increase your chances of you're not going to decrease your chances of getting put to sleep.
Yeah, see, there's a couple ways to go about this if the Dragon Lord has sleep. Obviously, if he doesn't cast it that often, if it's like 25%, then you have a good chance if you level up that you could just bash him to death before you get sleep locked. But if you cast it 50, 75% of the time, then you really gotta have enough magic to be able to use enough stop spells to actually have, you know, stop him from being able to use it, and like still have enough to heal when he actually does attack you. He's grinding off to the right a little bit there. Well, he's going back and forth, so I wonder if he's trying to search for Wolf Lords now. Because he only needs like 1,600 to get a Silver Shield. I mean, at this rate, he might get it by the time, you know, he levels, and he can pick up the Silver Shield on the way.
Maghappen had a question in chat that got overshadowed by Kaiten's discovery of the swamp cave that I just wanted to address real quick. He asked if it's guaranteed to wake up every time after getting hit by the Dragon Lord while you're asleep, or if he was just lucky. That was luck. I believe if an enemy casts sleep on you, you have a 100% chance to go to sleep, and then I believe it's a 50% chance to wake up every turn after that. But one curious thing about the way that sleep math is done for the hero, you can there's like a maximum amount of turns that the hero can be asleep, but not for enemies. That's my
6
understanding.
turns.
Yeah.
6 turns is the longest you can be awake or be asleep.
But I believe for enemies there's no limit, right?
Nope. Otherwise, like, the task route wouldn't exist because they would wake up eventually. The reason why Nescard and Ouija Wii can beat the game in 25 minutes is because the Dragon Lord doesn't wake up.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, Mad Captain, to answer the question, that was a bit lucky from him to have woken up quickly from the sleep.
So those wolves here also give a lot of experience. So, you know, fighting the wolf lords, wolves, is getting very close to a level already. Dragon Lord would burn the pillow. He has a lot of fire breath. Yeah, I think he's almost there at a level, like really close. I didn't catch the exact experience total he had when he talked to him. Just give him some Tums, some antacids. That'll help him out.
Yeah, Saratos, we were all very excited to see Kaiten finally walk down towards that swamp cave.
And we got our level, and it's 4, 3, 5, and no magic. Oh. Well, he has a good amount of strength now and really good agility.
He's definitely definitely at that mid-range point. I mean, 133 with all that MP, I mean, I'd be going for it.
Yeah, it always makes you worry like, oh no, the sleep though. Like if he didn't have sleep, it would be like, I'm gone, let's do it. But that sleep is like, just makes you wonder, what should I do? Let's see, has he got to wait? Oh, only 188 to the next level, so it's like, oh, let's go level.
He's saving too. Every single time that he goes and checks his experience, he's also making sure to save, which is good because if he does choose to put on that death necklace and loses, then, you know, he can just reload his save.
And this right here is either a level or almost. Nope, almost a level. And this is his level right here. Poor Kaiten, though, is not making a lot of progress on the new continent. He keeps dying not far into it. So what do we have for this level?
13 power.
Now you have a big boost of damage. Didn't get a lot of health or magic out of all of this, but you know, it's big, that damage boost.
If I'm doing my math correctly, that's 146, so that's 12 to 23 range on Dragon Lord 2. That's yeah. Oh, and look at all that MP. Just yeah, it's time.
The big question though is, oh, he got 28 MP for that? I must have missed that 20. I think the stream must have lagged then because I didn't see the 28.
I didn't see it either, but I definitely saw his max, and it's insane.
Yeah, 139. Yeah, so he can burn a lot of sleep spells on the way down. You know, to get there in his best shape as possible. I mean, as long as he doesn't get sleep locked by the Dragon Lord, he has a really good chance now.
If you do the math on Janus's MP, I believe he has approximately 1 billion heal wars.
Well, maybe 999 million. I mean, he does have to cast a lot of sleep and stop spell.
It's true, it's true. Yeah, I wouldn't even check either at this point. I mean, just to get to the Dragon Lord, I mean, I think a sub-3 finish is almost out of the picture here, even if Janus makes it on this attempt. So, you know, I would definitely...
It depends on the encounter rate, is what it really depends on.
Yeah, I would definitely be wanting to put an end to this, for me personally.
Kaiten hit the magic level of 10, potentially more. Although, yeah, he only got 10, but once he kills like one enemy, he'll jump up another 2 levels. But the big question is still the sleep. If you fall asleep for 3-4 turns, you're not gonna survive. If he hits like first turn stop spell, then it's pretty much a free win. Yeah, because, you know, Dragon Lord putting you to sleep for several turns, he's not going to tickle you for 10 and 20 damage at a time, okay? I think staying away from the Death Necklace is also a good idea. With the amount of attack power he has now, I would rather keep the 30 health, the 35 health, or so that he would lose from the Death Necklace just in case he gets sleep for a while. That's potentially another attack that you can survive.
Yeah, it's true. Another thing to consider also is because Heal More maxes out at giving you 100 HP, it's when your HP is as high as it is, it's pretty hard to overheal, and so you can get a lot more mileage out of your Heal More by not using the Death Necklace here.
And he never visited the king to see how far away from the next level. So Kaiten made it to the grave. If he can survive the trek through the grave, he could get his sword, his fancy slight upgrade over his current sword. In this case, it is a slight upgrade as compared to the last upgrade from the copper sword.
Yeah, 12 attack power. Yeah, measly.
So the question is, does Janus know to use Stop Spell on the Dragon Lord? I think we do because he tried, but how hard is he going to try to get it on him?
He tried at least once, and then his MP was so low that I think he just knew that he had no chance.
I think Kaiten is grabbing up the maps, because this is a confusing dungeon if you don't know your way through it.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, I won't do this dungeon in the dark. I can do the top floor in the dark, but that's to get to the chest. I won't make it back to the stairs in the dark. So, here's a question. Is Breckenary built beside Sharlock or on top of Sharlock? I mean, going by the overworld map.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's on top of Sharlock.
Okay. Also, Sarah, that's a very simple explanation for that. It's because they're trying to run away and you bump into each other. And then, like, you stumble back a little bit while you're staggered from him hitting you. And then that's his opportunity to run away before you can.
I'm really taking a peek at this map, and I think this must be one of the most sprawled out maps that I've seen in quite a while. This is really, really cool.
Oh, you got a picture of the map? I want to see a picture of the map.
Taking a look at that screenshot really highlights the way that Sharlock divides the two sections, and that they hold.
Yeah, and the mountains right there in the way too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's let's see. Looking at this, you jump in the tentacle here. It's amazing, by the way, when you look at a map like this, how many actual continents and islands there are that you never actually get anywhere near. Like, the actual landmass that you walk on is very small compared to how much actually is on the map.
Yeah, and when you look, I mean, you got two caves on the very, very south part of the map. You've got a town on the very, very north, a town in the center west, and a cave in the center east. I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, the map is pretty spread out. That's for sure. It goes literally from the bottom of the map all the way up to the top. The 128 by 128 map. Or is this map 256? I think it's 128. So yeah, no, it actually might be 256. I always forget how many squares there actually are in this game. So Janus seems to be getting a lot of encounters. 120 by 120. Okay, thank you. Oh, I guess there's supposed to be a Zelda 1 race.
No one expects the 3-hour seed.
Well, let's be honest though, Link is playing right now, so this could be Zelda 1. I mean, Janus is using Link right now, and Janus does do Zelda Randomizer. So you might be in the right place, but we can't guarantee that.
Link doing a better job than the actual hero at this game as well. Janus doing a better job of managing his MP, or having a better time running away from enemies this time as he makes his way down to the Dragon Lord once again.
Oh yeah, he's using stop spells on the stone golems, which is great because 2 magic, make sure you don't get hurt bored. You know, he also has the opportunity to try to see if sleep would work, and then he could just run away if he wants, but... The big problem with the stone men is the stop spell, and there's a lot of stone men here. Whew! But yeah, for those who are curious, who are here, the Zelda 1 randomizer match between Unos and Zebgedni is on Randomania 2, because this match is taking a little bit longer than I think they expected. So if you are looking for Zelda 1, the Randomania 2 channel is currently active.
Oh no, Janus finally getting the bad news. It looks like sleep is not very effective against these slimes.
Well, the good news, though, is Slime is not hitting him hard, so just keep running and you'll get away, or they'll run. Or you'll kill him first.
Oh, Kaiten! Kaiten is so close to finding the big stick.
Yep, he's almost got his... Well, it's not that big of an upgrade, though. I mean, it's a flame sword to Erdrick's sword, but, you know, it's nice having it because then you know you don't have to look for it.
All of that effort expended, and then after casting Hurtmore, the slime just ran away. I'd be a little mad about that.
And Kaiten is getting his levels. He's up to 12 now.
Oh, he's up to 13. That's Hurtmore for him.
Oh, 13, yeah.
Boom! That is a big stick for Kaiten here.
Well, it's a ornate stick. It's no bigger than the flame sword. So Janus is on the bottom floor with a lot of magic so far. I mean, that could curse him. It did burn over 20 magic just to get down here. Confused you are, uh-huh. See, Janus is just fighting the Drakis. Oh, and a level for Janus. What are we going to get here? 14 more 20 health.
Oh my goodness, what a level.
I know. Now he's got to heal back all that damage. That is a big level up. No magic, so it doesn't really matter, but that is another big strength boost. Does that put his strength attack power at 160 or so?
Yeah, 160 sounds about right. So he's going to be hitting for 15 to 30.
15 to 30, yeah.
My goodness.
Hopefully he'll be awake to do it. And feel free to burn your herbs here, Janus, because you're not going to get the chance to use them. Or herb, because that's all you have. Actually, you could use a heal spell because, well, I would have saved that because, you know, you might need another stop spell. But this is a lot of magic, so if you just hit stop spell, stay awake, you got this. Rip Dragon Lord 1.
Paper Tiger has been dispatched.
Oh, the back attack. But he didn't cast sleep, so that's good. So here comes the stop spell. How strong is it? How many tries will it take? Well, he's not casting a lot of sleeps this time. Maybe it really is only 25%. Well, it could be 50 too. I know.
Caster's Curse.
Come on. What? How strong is that? There is a point where, like, personally, I would just give up on stop spell and just beat him to death, knowing that I have 160 attack power.
Yeah, I think he's had 4 tries now, and
Ooh, he's
oh
sleeping.
no!
And sleep one.
No!
I know. Blame me. Blame me for the seed. Blame me for the curse. Blame it all on me. Only 211 to the next level. And he goes out, fights one Wolf Lord, and gets a level. So, what do you get at this level? Oh, only 1 power this time. I guess he can't get much bigger levels. Is he gonna grind again for a while? I think, yeah, I think he's curious about checking it out. So, Kaiten, on the other end, found the mountain cave. Goes to the mountain cave, get a bunch more items that he needs. The comeback is real. He's just down by 10,000 experience. That's all. That's just a few Wolf Lords.
Honestly, with Stop Spell not seeming to work very well against the Dragon Lords, would not count him out at all.
But thou must, Set. But thou must. So 160 health, 140 magic. Oof. At this point, I would almost say put the death necklace on and pummel that Dragon Lord to death before he sleep blocks you. If you could hit him for 35 damage, you could kill him before he puts you to sleep, maybe. Yeah, the princess has two things. When you rescue her, she gives you what's called Gwendolyn's Love. Or if you're playing as Princess Gwendolyn, you get Guidon's love, and it tells you how far you are away from the castle, north, south, east, west, amount of squares, and it tells you how much experience you are from the next level, and then it tells you it loves you. So, you know, it's kind of adorable. But yeah, it's used mostly if you find coordinates of an item on the world map, and it's really hard to get to. You use the GPS, the Gwendolyn Position Satellite, in order to try to find the item, or, you know, if it's chaos mode, sometimes you want to know how far away from a level you are, especially if you're nowhere near the castle.
I gotta agree with Stakia, man. Whenever you're in long, brutal siege like this, you are always wondering, like, how is this not over yet? Janus knows exactly why this isn't over yet, but Kaiten unfortunately just has no idea.
Kaiten found Sharlock already. Making quick work of this continent thanks to the extra levels he had when he came here.
Yeah, and the virtual high five pointed out by Takia as Janus enters Sharlock and Kaiten walks right by it.
Although at this rate, he's going to go a little farther, get his token, and get his staff, and you know, already have everything that he needs to go into. Oh, he stopped though. Oh, if he would have just kept going up, he would have had everything he needed, but. Or at least the token. I think the staff was actually on the bottom part of the map. Nothing like hitting scorpions for 65 and they're not dying after 2 attacks. And Druid Lord's got some really sick defense and Dragon Lord breath, so he's burning some magic on this Druid Lord.
Taking advantage of the stop spell effectiveness on Stone Man makes them pretty harmless. I think that is actually the one enemy that he has defense broken here in Sharlock. Yeah, we have passed the 3-hour mark officially, and I do believe the only other races that have done this in the previous tournaments were, oddly enough, they were both Jackamus races. I know Nescard Jackamus in the very first tournament. Yeah, the tie-dye guy, that was Jackamus, yep. And
yeah, usually you can blame Jackamus for these seeds.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, the first tournament featured like a 3-hour struggle with Nescard and Jackamus. I don't know who Jackamus's opponent was in last year's 3-hour seed, but yeah, for some reason he just seems to pop up in a lot of those.
So Kaiten has found the joys of the blue slime. Only taking, you know, 10 or 12 attempts to run away.
Kaiten, unfortunately, though, taking his time going through the mountain cave, which we know is going to have nothing of import. Ah, yes, the Seawolf also suffering through that seed alongside Jackamus. Who won that seed? I didn't see that race.
So yeah, right now Janus is already down 30 magic. Whew. He's getting a lot of encounters, and they're not going very well right now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Things are not going as well for him as his last trip. But he's getting there slowly but surely.
It really comes down to the stop spell. If he even has 60 magic left, if he hits the stop spell right away, then he probably wins. Actually, I would say he almost guarantee wins, considering how much damage he's doing.
Kaisen no Ichigeki for 140 damage. Woohoo!
And 5 experience. Yeah, we don't know what level 23 is. He never actually checked. He pretty much just ran. I guess McGrew would know. So he's only 600 away from a level. Yeah, if he dies again, he'll gain another level, that's for sure. McGrew has the hot inside information on this.
And another Kaisen no Ichigeki for another 5 experience.
It's a shame you can't crit the Dragon Lord. So yeah, the Dragon Lord, you cannot crit the Dragon Lord, you cannot miss, and the Dragon Lord cannot crit you and cannot miss you.
The Kaiten finding out that healing needs about 200 to the next level. Yeah, this is where levels actually starts coming a little bit more smoothly.
Time for the epic showdown, Slime vs. Link. Oh, and he cast a hurt more. Oh, that's painful.
Yeah, didn't the slime run away from him the first time they met?
Yeah, it does run away.
Yeah, I would just wait that out.
I mean, it's only hitting if you're 2 and 3 at a time.
Hey, he killed it!
Take your 37 XPs and move on. I think he's out of herbs, though. Yeah, he hasn't stocked up on herbs. So here we go, attempt number 3 at the big guy. Well, the little guy first, then the big guy.
With 100 MP, same as last time.
Let's see if he art a fool this time.
Confirmed. Confirmed a fool.
68 damage.
No back attack this time, so a free chance to throw out that stop spell and see if it sticks. And I didn't see he did it! He did it!
Yes,
he landed the stop spell. This is it.
Yes,
this is it.
This should be a free win as long as he doesn't make any mistakes. I mean, I don't think he's gonna have 90 magic left over after this fight, unless he gets like a bad luck of no sleeps.
Yeah, there's no way. That's got to be it.
Oh, as long as he doesn't make a menuing mistake, he's got this.
I don't even think he's going to need to cast another heal more.
Exactly. He might fit. Yep.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
He saved it from being the longest race.
Almost the longest race, but and the dot done comes in. Get out your GGs in chat for JanusZeal, who has finished in first place with an SRL time of 3 hours, 7 minutes, and 47 seconds. Set for no, unfortunately, I was not counting damage. I was way too excited about the stop spell. Kaiten immediately forfeits. I do not blame him at all. So that does end our race.
Yeah, that was a pretty insane race. But yeah, Kaiten, we figured he was going to dot forfeit at the end. He gave it a shot, though. He stayed in for over 3 hours, over 2.5 hours of trying to figure out how to get off that island. So you got to give it to Kaiten, you guys. He definitely tried. He pushed himself, but, you know, he was just too far behind. It was something he did not know about. So we did ask them to come join us if they would like to. So maybe we have a short interview coming up here, one or both of our runners. But yes, please give them a follow. You got kaiten619, you got JanusZeal with the number 6. Give them a follow. They definitely tried, you guys. They tried. They worked hard.
I think I heard a little chime that tells us that we've been joined by one of our runners.
Hello, Kaiten. Any words? Good or bad?
I think Chitin's muted.
Yeah, he's currently muted. Oh, maybe he needs a second to get in here. Yeah, he told us to give him a second, so we'll bother him when he's ready. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this?
What kind of speed was that?
Oh, that was not bad. So tell us how you really feel, Kaiten, about it.
So much frustration. You have no idea how I got so many deaths along that run.
Yeah, there was a lot of deaths. If we had a counter, it would be very high right now.
Very close to triple digits for sure.
So it looked like Chitin, you kind of got a little lost trying to figure out how to get off that first island. Wasn't sure if this is something you've seen before or not.
Definitely, I have not seen this before. That was the first time I had to use the basement on my own castle.
Oh yeah, one thing you got to remember is in chaos mode especially, but I think in any randomizer now, is the swamp cave can lead to another continent. So if you find yourself landlocked or you can't find something, look for the swamp cave and find the other side of it.
Yeah, I was actually looking for a swamp cave. I was like, okay, where's the cave? Where is it? I was like, oh no. Anywhere but where the beginning.
Yeah, the McGrew just posted the map for you in the Discord channel. You didn't get to see the entire map, but it's literally the very bottom of the map and the very top of the map have progression. Like this was a very spread out map.
Yeah, it was beyond brutal.
Oh well. It's all good fun. I'm here for the fun of it.
All right, this is what we like to call a learning experience for both you and Janus, because there's definitely because there was even a gold grind in that if you knew how to do it. It's a very unique situation, but because Garingham had money in it and it was connected to the castle with the swamp cave, you could have actually opened the chests in the castle, gone into the throne room, and then walked all the way to Garingham through the swamp cave and done a gold grind. It was a very unique situation, but there was a lot of this was definitely a tricky seed with a lot of nasty monsters and some really unique situations.
Yeah, it was.
How in the world did I end up getting dragon breath so many times?
That's what happens in randomizer.
It's chaos.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, in randomizer, if you don't get dragon breath within the first 10 minutes of randomizer, you're not doing it correctly.
Yeah, you inadvertently found the best grind spot, we think, on the map with the Wolf Lords to the west of the castle in the desert. That was definitely the highest experience we saw either of you gain the entire time.
Yeah, it's true. It was absolutely the best spot to be in.
It was way too perfect for that.
Yeah, Chitin, I also just want to go ahead and praise you just for your pure tenacity here. You guys had your first kill, pretty quickly, within about 2 minutes of each other, about 3 minutes and 30 seconds in. But things diverged very quickly from there, and despite the slow progress, you stuck it out, man. And I just want to say, that I want to commend you for that.
Oh yeah, well done, man. And watch the VOD because you might, we talked about a lot of things, and you might actually learn a lot about the randomizer from watching the VOD videos of this.
I'll keep my eye on it for sure.
Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely rewatch that. Yeah, because anyone in chat, the people that were in this race, they're not out. Nothing's been decided yet. Everyone's going to get another shot here in this Swiss style tournament. So definitely do your homework and learn from your mistakes and do better. Moving forward.
For sure, man. Because usually switch formats is actually my specialty, so I'm gonna get a lot of learning experience from this.
Awesome. Well, we talked to Janus, and unfortunately, he's not going to be able to join us. This took a little longer than he expected, and he has to get some stuff done. So, GG to Janus, though, but he won't be joining us. So, one thing I guess I wanted to point out that someone did, Setford did, is both of you didn't quite know about that shop in Cantlin in the southeast corner that had a 14 gold flame sword. And you didn't find it until really late. That could have made things a lot easier.
Oh yeah, that was like, oh, why did I bother to buy the copper sword?
Well, yeah, the copper sword was just only 3 gold. I mean, it wasn't that much of a discount, but probably could have spent the 11 gold better, I think.
The 3 gold copper sword. I mean, both you and Janus ended up buying it. I think that was actually a really good buy, helping out to kill those the warlocks at the beginning of the game. So
Hey, any weapon's a good weapon. It's just that shop down there would have been so helpful to everyone.
yeah, it's true. So yeah, Kaiten, any last words before we sign off here about that seed?
All I can say is, give me an easy to grind spot again.
The wolf lords are your friends. The wolf lords are your friends.
It's true, man. It's true. So
Wolf lords are friends, not feed me food.
yeah. So everyone in chat, thank you for joining us for this 3-hour marathon of a race. Please go ahead and drop a follow for the runners, kaiten619 and JanusZeal6. You can also drop a follow for myself, Lavkian, and High Spirits. Big shout outs to our tracker Takia and our restreamer OPT lawyer. And High Spirits, anything else you want to say?
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. And tomorrow, you guys, this weekend, we got a lot of matchups. We have 3 matchups tomorrow and 3 matchups on Sunday. Tomorrow, starting at 7 p.m., we have Sparkover and Amazing Ampharos, followed by 2 hours later, the Seawolf 1 and Lord of the Synth. And then 2 hours after that, we got Angry Larry versus Azrael Ravenheart. And then, of course, there is a triple header Sunday night also. So there is a lot of Dragon Warrior Chaos Randomizer to come for Round 1 Swiss this weekend, which you'll find here on the Randomania channels. I'm sure Nora will keep the calendar up to date for you guys.
Yeah, so plenty of Dragon Warrior Randomizer action to be looking forward to this weekend. But until then, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And again, thank you, High Spirits, for co-commentating. Thank you to the racers and to everyone behind the scenes, especially Norestra, putting in a ton of work to make sure all of this goes as smoothly as possible. But for at least for me, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys. Thank you very much. And good job, Clayton.
Night.